I'm sad, somehow without any words. I just stood there, searching for an answer. When this world is no more, the moon is all we'll see. I'll ask you to fly away with me until the stars all fall down. They empty from the sky, but I don't mind. If you're with me, then everything's alright.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the United Gamedom podcast. This is episode 29. I am once again one of your hosts, Darren, aka Dow, and with me once again is the D-boy, Dennis. How you doing this weekend, Dennis?
I'm doing pretty good. Not a whole lot going on, but things are good. You know, finally snowing in Montreal, so winter's here, I guess. So
Winter is here, it's not winter's coming.
Yeah, winter's coming, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, winter's finally here, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
It's not snowing here just yet, though, but man, is it fucking cold.
Yeah, it's cold here also.
Yeah.
Really.
Like, I tend to sometimes be alright, but sometimes, even if it's cold, I tend to be warmish enough, but nope, not the case. Derek is out of action this week because he's actually sick. Hence the reason why you're not hearing his voice this week, though, because he's sick with, I think he's a very bad throat. And he can strep throat, so basically, if you want to hear him probably try to talk and talk like this or whatever, losing his voice or whatever, then okay, I guess, though, but there's no point having that on in this podcast, unfortunately. But basically saying, get well soon, Derek, and hopefully you're back for next week's episode.
Yep.
But we have a guest to replace him for a short time, though, because certain things have changed. We were supposed to be with us for all of it, though, but plans have been changed, unfortunately, on that occasion, though. But it's actually an old friend of ours, again, from Gamespot. It's another Gamespot community reunion. He was known as Captain131 over there, but his real name is Art. Hello, Art.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
We're doing pretty good, though. As I said, we've known each other all of us known each other for about 6 years, so although we've kind of lost touch with Art over the last few years, so I have, though, but it was nice to see him back. He's back in the gaming front again, because you pretty much were out of the gaming front for a while, weren't you, Art?
Yeah, after I graduated, I don't know, I just got more focused on exercising and, I don't know, just the cost of gaming, especially because the job that I had it didn't pay very well. So, you know, it was cost, it was lack of interest, it was a whole sort of, big deal about different factors. But, Black Friday, I just picked up a bunch of games and started playing, a few old ones, picked up the Wii U, and kind of just back in the groove.
Oh, so that's good. The Wii U then, okay. I've got my Wii U, but I'll talk about that later anyway. But I haven't played it yet, and no way. But anyway, just thank you for joining us with us. We're going to do a little different this time in terms of structure. We are not going to start with the news because Art has to go pretty soon. So we're just going to go through the games we've been playing first, then the news, and then, of course, the stuff we've been watching, Question of the Week and all that good stuff there. So basically, we're going to go through the games we've been playing first, and since we have a guest, guests go first. Art, what have you been playing?
The first game that really kicked me back off into gaming was Fable 3, and I've, kind of had a checkered past with Fable. The first game I was really pumped for. It was pretty disappointing, and I never finished it. But Fable 2, when it came out, really enjoyed it. And then Fable 3, I got it at launch, and it just didn't click with me at the time. But I picked it up about a week ago, and just started off where I was, and just got hooked into the world and all the little collectibles that you can find. I assume both of you played Fable 3 at least?
Yeah, I finished it. I played it through, finished it.
Yeah, I played some of it though, but I just got bored. I don't know, to me this was missing something that 2 I guess had though, even though it was technically the same game though, but I just got bored with it though, just like going around recruiting people though, and then I just heard that the end game stuff was really bad anyway, it was just really mediocre, and it's like, I don't really want to play it then if that's going to be the case.
The king mode, after you go, overthrow your brother, the king mode's pretty, there's not a whole lot to it. It's really only maybe a couple hours, and most of it is just making, decisions. So like build a brothel or an orphanage, and it's just like that kind of black and white sort of stuff. It's like, here you can do the clearly bad thing or do the clearly good thing. Yeah. But I mean, there's not really any thought to it.
Plus, you needed a lot of money as well, though. Like, if you want to do everything, and not like the last part of the game, I think you need like loads of money, which is like, okay.
Yeah, and it probably would have been a bigger problem at launch. But for me, I had my half brother gave me some money, and another friend gave me some money, so that wasn't really an issue. But I can see why it would have been an issue back at launch, where you can't just have friends gifting you money and then you buying everything and just being flush with cash. But it was a good time waster. It was a step back from Fable 2, if only that it was pretty similar. There wasn't really a whole lot different outside of the King mode, and the King mode wasn't really anything to write home about. But it was still the same, like very lighthearted, easy to play, funny game, and I enjoyed my time.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't click with Fable 3. I thought it was very easy. First of all, I thought it was like a walk in the park. I think I never got knocked down once in the game, and there's not really a difficulty level that you can adjust. So it's kind of just a walk in the park.
Yeah, if you're ever in any trouble, you'll either have a health potion or you just run away, and it would be a situation where like you're playing and then you go to the bathroom and then you get attacked and you can't do anything. That's the only way someone could die in that game, unless they just have never played a game before. But I think that's a good thing. It'll it's a good and a bad thing. It depends on your perspective. I think it's good just to get people in the game and get comfortable, and there's that kind of game, and then there's like Dark Souls for people that are just fucking insane. So I mean,
like Darren,
like myself.
There's different games for different people, and it was good. Did you want to keep it on me or space it around?
No, I think we'll go.
We keep going with yourself until you're finished, though. But actually, I'm just going to ask you something before we move on. Are you any interested in playing Fable Heroes or Fable the Journey?
I looked at reviews for the Fable the Journey, and they weren't terrible. So I know that it was $15 on Black Friday. So if that price comes up, I might pick it up on a whim, and then I'd have to pick up my Kinect from my parents' house because I left it there. So
yeah, gathering dust, I presume.
Yeah,
that's pretty much my own. I was pretty much a £90 flipping doorstop. Waste the money pretty much. I never use it.
Yeah, Yeah, I also own the PlayStation Move somewhere in my parents' place, so motion controls.
That I never got though.
Yeah, I have a problem with buying things that I don't need when it comes to gaming.
I think that pretty much goes for all of us.
Yep.
Department. Like I buy way too many games, and I have over 1,000 games in my collection. That goes to show how I have a problem.
I actually I traded in a number of my 360 games because it was just like getting overwhelming and just wanted to downsize all my shit. And you know,
I'm thinking of doing that myself.
Yeah, a lot of people actually.
And it was kind of like, well, maybe some kid will, get this game for a couple bucks and have a good time. It's better than collecting dust on my shelf. So
yeah,
a lot of people are actually doing that at the moment. I know Steph to Death actually downsized her collection a bit as well. There, she talked.
She has a shit ton of games too.
Yeah,
so.
she's just as bad as I am. She buys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not actually. I don't think I'm not as bad as her now. Like we used to sort of be as bad as each other, but I think she's worse. And she still buys most of the new releases.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a bit more choice now.
Conservative.
Service, but a bit more frugal, I guess, but not really. But like I choose to sort certain games I want to get though, and it's like I'll just wait till this goes cheaper though, and plus I usually get them on PC as well when they're cheaper.
Yep.
Which is great.
Hey, I bought Grand Theft Auto 4 on PC, so I didn't even like that game, and I bought it on PC. So
yeah, I did the same thing. But I got the whole collection, like all the Grand Theft Auto stuff for £5 when it was on Steam sale. Like was it summer? I think it was during the summer. It was like even despite the fact I wasn't going to play it, but like that's too good a deal to pass. Like £5.
Yeah, I know.
Lot.
Mhm. So go on, I guess. Next game.
All right. The next game that I've been playing is Lego Lord of the Rings, and I've been playing the shit out of this since last night. I got to what the hell was the last thing I did? Sam and Frodo escaped the Tower of Mordor.
Barger.
Yeah, that was the.
No, not that one. Yeah, it was just
It's just the same as any Lego game. There's tons of collectibles. You can't really just play through the game once if you want to do everything, just because of each character having their specific specialties, and you don't unlock them until parts of the story, and then you have to go back with those characters and unlock everything if you so choose to do that.
That's always been the case with all the Lego games anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's really that I really like the Lord of the Rings, and it's a very funny game. It's another game like Fable that's not that hard. I mean, dying doesn't really matter. You just lose some what are they called, like nuts, studs, whatever. Really, the only thing that I've been focusing on through my playthrough in my first one is just getting I think they call it like True Adventurer, getting like the 100% stud count. I've gotten, I think, 13 of 15. I've only missed out on a couple, and those won't be too hard to just go back and complete that. I doubt I'll 100% the game just because of the time investment involved, but for any sort of person that wants to, collect things, like if that's your thing in games, and you like Lord of the Rings, totally have to pick the game up, because I got it for $30 on Black Friday, and I think it came out on the 18th of November, so it's already being discounted. Mm-hmm. And if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings at all, you got to pick it up. So
yeah, I picked it up though, but I haven't played as much as you though. But I picked it up. It was £25 on the site. I get Green Man Game, which is just basically download PC games, but you just download them through Steam. But the there for like a discounted price. I got it for £25 actually, but I used a 25% discount voucher, which they do from time to time, and I got it for like £18, which is pretty much around $30 anyway, give or take. So I pretty much got the same price on the PC.
How is the movie? I guess they take like the real audio from the movie. How does that fit into the game? Is it good? Is it bad?
It's good. I think my only other real lengthy experience with Lego is Star Wars, and I think they just did like grunts and nods and stuff like that. It's really nice. So like everyone from the movies, their voice is captured in this. I think they just take clips from the movie itself and put it in. So like when Gandalf in the Mines of Moria is fighting the Balrog, and he's falling down, it's Ian McKellen saying, "Run, you fools! You shall not pass." It's just like tingling your nerd taint with
fan service.
Yeah, it's just like this is like they follow the movie pretty much to a T, and then just throw in just like childish humor. So like when Boromir is killed, he's not shot with arrows; he's shot with like bananas. And so it's just stuff like that that's pretty funny.
But apparently he doesn't say one does not simply walk into Mordor. I think they don't even say that line.
They do not. However,
it was
there's an achievement for that, and I thought that was going to be when you actually walk into Mordor. But that I believe there's something else, and I think it's a secret achievement for that. I'm just gonna have to look and see what you have to do to get that, because I definitely want that achievement on my gamer card. There's also another one where it's called "Don't Tell the Elf." It's for throwing Gimli 30 times. So and it's just a great fan service. It's I really have enjoyed my time, and once I actually beat it, I plan on going back and doing because there's also like an overworld to the game where you can complete quests and like I've already said, collect all these like little doodads. So it's definitely something that I'll be playing for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I'll definitely be playing it myself though, in the future as well. Because like I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan as well, and like that is the one franchise I want to see in Lego form. When I heard there was a game coming out, I was like, yes.
Yeah, I'm really hopeful that they might do like a Lego The Hobbit, because I'm actually a bigger fan of The Hobbit than I don't know about the movies. I really hope they're good, but the book itself, I actually I think it's better than The Lord of the Rings in a lot of ways.
I've never read The Hobbit.
Really, you should, and it's actually pretty different from The Lord of the Rings. Like the Lord of the Rings is a little bit more serious, and The Hobbit's I feel like it was targeted to a different audience. I don't know what the timelines are on when they were wrote, but
Hobbit was released in the 30s, mid to late 30s, and Lord of the Rings, like the first one, Fellowship of the Ring, I think was released in 54, I think.
Yeah, I feel like Tolkien just wrote The Hobbit for the kids.
Yeah.
Grew up, he wrote The Lord of the Rings. Because the Hobbit's like very childlike and very lighthearted and humorous, where, The Lord of the Rings has its moments, but it's, for the most part, a little bit more adult and serious. So I would recommend it. It's not you could definitely blow through it.
It's not like Lord of the Rings now, which is like 1,000 fucking pages.
Yeah, no, The Hobbit is, like, at least my copy is like 365 pages, and it's pretty big text. So you can definitely read that before the first movie comes out. And I mean, the first movie, the only thing that worries me, I mean, Peter Jackson did a great job on Lord of the Rings, but The Hobbit, like I said, is about the size of Fellowship, and they're making a trio of movies that is going to be as long as the Lord of the Rings. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm hopeful that it'll be. I mean, I like the setting, so it's not like I'm going to be just, this is shit, but I'm hopeful it's good.
They're going to have to take their sweet fucking time if it's going to be 3 movies for 3 hours.
Well, it's like Thursday week as well, that film.
Well, I think they, at least on the Lord of the Rings, I believe they shot it all at once.
Yeah, they did. Pretty much they shot it from...
Yeah, they released it like, one a year. And they did the same thing on The Hobbit, because, I mean, Ian McKellen isn't getting any younger, and...
Yeah.
So...
No choice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll definitely be going to see it anyway. Like, I've never read The Hobbit, though, but I've read Lord of the Rings once. I don't think I'll ever read it again, because it is kind of a slog to read in certain parts. Especially the Council of Elrond chapter. Like, if you thought it was long in the film, Dennis, oh boy, it is the chapter of it in the book is fucking very, very long.
Couple of pages, yeah.
It goes for like maybe 20, 30 pages or so. It is very, very long.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was written for a different time, because, I mean, I've attempted to read The Lord of the Rings. I've gotten close to reading through the Fellowship twice and just failed. I still got it here. I'm gonna try to read through it, but yeah, it is a kind of a big time investment. And I don't know, but like at the same time, I read Game of Thrones. Like, I'm all through the 5 books, way more than what the Lord of the Rings is, even through those books. So, I mean, I think it was just written for a different time, and like I said, that's why I like The Hobbit. It's a little bit easier read. It's not as serious, and a little bit more easier vocabulary and all that jazz.
Okay. You've been playing Limbo also, I think?
Yeah. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. Just to say that, I mean, that was a kind of an older release. I think it was maybe last year or the year before that.
2010, I believe it was.
Yeah, really I finished it, but it just kind of creeped me out. Just because there's no story. I mean, spoiler alert, but like the end of that game, you just walk up to this woman and then the game ends. That's it. That's the only, attempt on the story. And the rest of it is just like, when you die, it's, you getting sawed in half, or like things in the background, like bodies in the background getting hanged, and there's no color. It's just like a very disconcerting game, and the game's kind of out to get you, because you can just walk along, and then before you know it, you just get killed by a bear trap, because there's no color, so you can't see anything. If you didn't know that it was there, I would bet most people on the first time they just walk along this like 2D plane, just ran into it because they didn't see it. So
yeah,
and every time a mechanic is put into the game, you typically die a few times, just because you don't know how it works yet, and you just kind of have to work through it and see how everything works, and then you just move on, and then rinse, repeat. So it's not a bad game. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I
think that game's kind of a bit overrated. I enjoyed the game though, but I think it got a bit too much praise when it came out. It's like it's a good game though, but there is games I preferred more though. Like, I enjoyed certain Xbox Live Arcade games more than it.
Yeah, I think Braid is a far superior puzzle game, and that's not really. I mean, just taking out like stylistic stuff, because I mean, some are very stylish and have high production values, but I think that Braid did a better job of making their puzzles make a little bit more sense, and then also Limbo had their puzzles, but then they combined it with making people have very good, jump timing, and I think you have to choose one or the other. But yeah.
Yeah. So anything else you've been playing, or is that it?
That's about it. I've been playing NHL 13 here and there. But I'm not too big on that game. But
oh, you don't like it?
It's okay. It's I think they tried to change the game a little bit too much, to be honest. And they responded to the community saying that, like one-timers were, a little bit too rampant, and then they completely nerfed it. Like, I mean, you either can't complete a pass over to your teammate, and that's most of the time, or the goalie will just do like this crazy dive and then save it. So really what remains is just like wrist shots from the top of the circle is a big way to score a goal. Or I mean, they actually didn't stop people that back near the end boards coming across the net and scoring that way. Yeah. And the rest of them are just pretty much garbage. Just like, oh well, that shot was on goal and it went in, sort of goal. I mean, it's a solid game of hockey. It's just, I think they need to go back to the drawing board for NHL 14. And maybe some of it is just getting used to the new skating engine that they put in. But, I mean, like I said, I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it was a little bit of a step back.
Yeah, they put a little bit too much new stuff in there that, it's a little bit overwhelming when you start. You're used to the other types of NHLs, like the previous NHLs. And like you said, the skating mechanic where the momentum, like you go into the zone and you have to like do a freaking huge circle to come back.
Yeah, that and I think the biggest adjustment for me was on defense. When I the first couple of games I played, I kept getting torched by forwards with my defenders because they would just kind of get like stuck in this rut where they wouldn't move, and then I was like, oh man, I want to stop this guy. I can't do anything, and then they'll like go in and get a big scoring chance on me.
Yeah.
And when I play that game, I definitely have a more of a defensive mindset. I want to knock the puck away and, control the puck. And, I mean, I can still do that, but it took me a while to get used to how that game plays from a skating standpoint.
Yeah, honestly, I've said this for maybe, 2 or 3 years now, but I prefer MLB games, MLB The Show, to NHL now because MLB The Show is really, really interesting. NHL is pretty much the same thing, and when they change things, they change too much that you're kind of sets you back a little bit. You're like, whoop, okay, how do I control this? So I prefer MLB games, to be quite honest. Like, I really enjoy MLB games. I get NHL, I play maybe a week, and then I say, okay, that's enough. I've had enough of this. So I don't know.
That's blasphemous coming from a Canadian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no hockey, so
Yeah, that's right. Isn't that cancelled this season, isn't it?
Well, not yet, but it's getting there.
I'd give it maybe like 2 to 3 more weeks, and then they realistically can't play a full season. But I mean,
what's the reason behind that now?
Money, I guess.
Money.
I haven't been following it. I too much. I think the owners want players to go immediately to having 50-50 revenue split, and I think right now it's like 57-43 players. But then there's a whole mess of well, what constitutes revenue right now? Like parking and concessions doesn't count. And then they want the owners want an immediate rollback of current player salaries, and the players want them to honor the contracts they that they signed, which I don't think is unreasonable. But I've written off that this season happening. It's it is what it is, and I've just moved on to football and college basketball. And
yeah, they've called in the mediators now, so you're pretty much fucked. They did that like for the last lockout there was, and it never happened. The season never happened.
Yeah,
they can't.
I mean, if there is a season, that's great, but I'm not holding my breath. I don't want to be disappointed by it. So
I don't know. It's going to be a half-assed season if they do it. So
yeah, if they try to do anything less than 40 games or 41 games, forget about it. Because I mean, that's not even enough of a. I mean, realistically, I don't even think that's enough of a season to crown a Stanley Cup winner. But
no,
I understand that they want to get the game back and patch up their relations that they're currently fucking up badly. But let's move on to video games before Darren falls asleep.
No, I asked the question, so that's all.
Plus, we're video game podcast. I don't want
No, I know, but
it's not. Yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, but like me and Dennis a few weeks ago, we talked for 30 minutes on wrestling. So it's not just a video game podcast. It's all forms of media. Even though it says Gamedom in the fucking title.
Yeah, but one last thing about the hockey strike. I guess that's the second time the season's going to be canceled under Gary Bettman rule. So
yep, third lockout. And
yeah, I think it's time he left.
About 20 years.
Yeah, I think it's time he left, so we could get something going. And we're going to lose. Some cities are going to lose their teams now. So
well, it depends on the cities because I don't really think it's a huge loss if like Phoenix, Columbus. I think Columbus could have been a good franchise. I mean, they actually had pretty good attendance early on, but they made the playoff once in like their 10-year existence, and it's just constant mismanagement. I mean, that's really killer. I mean, it's Ohio. There's some hockey roots there, and I'm talking more like Phoenix. Like Phoenix is, I don't know how they're keeping their team. Like right now, it looks like they're keeping their team, and it's just not it's not a good sports city, period. But I mean, hockey in Phoenix, like really. Yeah,
and Florida's probably losing their team also, the Panthers.
Yeah, and not there, so how they can skate?
Yeah, you can't skate in Florida. There's no ice.
It's weird because Tampa Bay actually did all right. I mean, they built competitive teams and they filled their stadium. Granted, they had to like offer free beer, but I mean, they filled their stadiums. So I mean, it really just comes down to you actually have to have a good team. And people aren't going to watch shit unless you're a Lions fan.
Yeah. Or you're a Canadians fan, because we haven't had the best teams in a couple of years, and the freaking Bell Center is full every freaking game. So.
And it could be worse. You could be a Leaf fan, so.
Yeah, Toronto, yeah. Poor Leafs fans. I know Ben's listening to the podcast, and he's like, oh, man. He's in Toronto, so. Yeah, the Maple Leafs haven't done well. Toronto's won the Grey Cup, or as we call it, the Gay Cup. They won the Canadian Football Championship, so that gives them a trophy. So at least they won. They have the Raptors, they have the Maple Leafs, they have the Blue Jays, and So, well, there you go with your sports update.
Anyway, so back to video games, I guess.
I don't know if Art, are you leaving soon? Because we could get to what you've been watching if you're about to leave.
I can keep going. So let's just you guys talk about your games, and we'll just keep going for as long as I can. I mean, I might just pop in at some point, back up, gotta go, but
Okay.
just keep on going, and we'll see how long I can
Keep on trucking.
Yep.
So anyway, Dennis, what have you been playing?
Okay, on my side, this week I bought, as soon I think, I actually mentioned it a little bit on last week's podcast. I wanted to get F1 2012, speaking of sports.
Because I mentioned it, that's why, I think.
Yeah. You mentioned it was on sale, so I got it for 50% on Steam, 50% off. So I actually wanted to play that game, heard a lot of good stuff about it, and decided to take the jump, take the leap, and bought the game. It's a very good game, but if you get into this game, don't expect it to be like Need for Speed or Forza or something like that, because it's really more complicated than those types of games. I mean, you can't really go and crash into everybody and expect to get out. Yeah, I mean you can put the simulation like really up, like no damage to the cars and no flags, no penalties, no nothing, so. But still, you have to know how to race, because I'm doing. And first of all, if you do the career, you don't start with, you're not going to start with Red Bull or Ferrari or, you're going to start with lower teams, like not very good teams, and you have to prove yourself with those teams to actually progress. And let's just say when I was. For people who know what, Formula One, a little bit about Formula One, I was picked up by Marussia, the Team Marussia. I don't even know who that is, but anyway, I got picked up by those guys, and like my objectives were finish in the top, finish in the top 20. So, and there's 24 cars on the track, so you can see that the objectives aren't very high for. If you're with a weak team, let's say. So, but I enjoy it. It's complicated. It's tough. It's not Forza, as I said, or Need for Speed. It's kind of tough, and you really need concentration while you're playing this game, because you can race for like 19 laps. And a race, usually I do practice, qualifying, and race, and that lasts maybe 45 minutes to an hour. To do all of that,
you just do the short length one, like the shortest length of the lap in the race itself, because you don't want to go like, I'm going to do the full like 55 laps of this track.
No,
that'd be boring as hell.
I'd probably lose my concentration. I lose my concentration when it's 15 laps. So, I'm going to be racing, and then something just pops in my mind, and then, whoop, I missed the turn and crash, and fuck, so. The good thing there is like 4 rewinds that you can use. So they put rewinds in this game. I don't know if there was rewinds in last year's game. I
never played last year's. No, I played like 2010, but I never played last year's.
But anyway, there's like 4 rewinds that you can use. So I rewind and restart from a certain place where I was. It's very good. I really enjoy it. I think the graphics are absolutely freaking phenomenal. Like you can do a calibration of your system before you start playing, and I calibrated my system. It put all settings on high, and it looks phenomenal. It looks like, man, one of the best games I've seen this year, honestly.
You jizzed in your pants, I presume, then, did you?
Well.
That's a yes then.
So, and it's cool, you get to race in Montreal. Like there's the Canadian Grand Prix, which is in Montreal. So, the way they represented the city and the track, it's pretty much identical to the real thing. So, that's a nice touch. You can see the bridge, and you can see our amusement park here. You can see it in the background, and it's really cool. It's really nice. So, really nice addition to that. I really enjoy it. I've also been playing some Assassin's Creed 3. Uh, my impressions on the game is like I played it Monday, haven't touched it until yesterday. Like I have absolutely no desire to play the game. I don't know why. It's like I'm not really into it. Like it hasn't caught on me. It hasn't grabbed me and made me want to play it.
Because you're still in the early thing, though. Like I mentioned last week, it goes very slow. I know it is a bit bothersome going through this number of hours, getting to the sort of good stuff. So it is. But that's the case for this game. And yeah, I could sort of agree with you, though. It's just like I don't really have the heart to play this because the fact is that first, number of hours, you don't play as Connor, you play as someone else. And therefore... It's like, why should I care though? Like you can't really do any of the, Assassin's Creed mechanics. You can't do all like the side missions or get all the different collectibles until you play as Connor. And like I mentioned, you don't get that really until sequence 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm on sequence 3 now. I think I'm pretty much at the end of sequence 3. And as I tweeted this week, I haven't been trying for full synchronization, and I think it helps for the enjoyment of the game. I killed 2 guards, and like I did this mission where you have to go into like this fort, and you have to be undetected the entire time. Like you listen to a conversation, and after that you have to go get the plans, and you have to get out of the fort.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, and then there's another objective where you have to disable 2 cannons.
Yeah, exactly. And not kill anyone. I killed every fucking person in the fucking place because I tried to do it without killing people. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't fucking do it. So I said, well, fuck this. I started killing people. Didn't even go for the cannons or anything. So I just killed people. Went for the. Like, I kept getting detected. I think I restarted this mission like 10 times. I kept getting detected, and I don't know what it is about the PC version, but I was walking along, I was listening to the conversation, and when you jump over a fence, like, he has this mechanic now that he just, like, slides, like, over the fence or something. Like, I went to slide over the fence to hide in the bushes, and he just, like, leapt 100 feet in the air. Like 100 feet. And I was like, okay. Then he starts falling and desynchronized. I just died. For no fucking reason at all. I was like, okay, this is a great game. What is this, And I think the mechanics are worse. Is it me, or are they worse than they were in previous games? Like, it's really hard to... Like, you grab onto everything. Like, I was trying to hide in a bush, and he grabs onto the freaking ladder, or he grabs onto the fence, and he just, and then they spot you, and, hey, what are you doing there? Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Certain instances, I think they are better, the controls, but in other ways, they still kind of have the same problems I had in previous ones, where you kind of latch on to things that you don't really want to do.
Yeah,
like, I want to go up this ladder, for example, or whatever, but yet I fucking, jump off for some reason. Mm-hmm. It's like, to me, that's really annoying. And
did Assassin's Creed 1 have that?
I don't remember much from that game, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I think it's just to let you know, Des, that Art is out because it just basically said he dropped out though as his friend, so he's out though. But he said he wants to do a whole episode next week or like soon, some other time anyway.
Okay. I didn't see him drop.
Yeah, it did drop in my end, so.
Did he send you a message?
Yes, he did. I texted him. I just texted him on Skype there about it.
Okay. Okay, so thanks, Art, for being on.
Unfortunately, he couldn't be on the whole episode because he was going to be on the whole episode, but unfortunately, last minute change, though, it was a friend of his had to come over. So damn his friend.
Yeah, well, for the short time that he was on, thank you for being on. That's for sure. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
And
now we're just going to badmouth him for the rest of the podcast and tell about stories of him from the GameSpot days.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So,
right, anyway, back to Assassin's Creed 3.
yeah, so Assassin's Creed 3, I am not fully invested in it. Like, I mean, the game looks great. It plays so-so, I guess. Some mechanics, as I said, don't work as good as they should work, or something like that. Like, keep getting caught and everything, and just, screwing up stuff when I shouldn't be screwing up. Like, and I just completely ignore the full synchronization stuff. Like, I just go for the mission parameters, and that's pretty much it. So, I mean, the story seems very interesting so far. The whole with this character that you play at the beginning and what seems to be happening. I haven't gotten to the twist yet.
That happens. You pretty much just basically, as soon as Sequence 3 ends, you get it, though. It's pretty much the last scene in Sequence 3. You pretty much know who they are, and then that's it. And then even Desmond says, "What the hell?"
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think I should be pretty close to that, because I just did the mission where I had to kill that guy there, that soldier guy.
yeah, I forget the name of the day, but I think I know who you're talking about anyway.
Yeah, and then your soon-to-be wife is beating up on George Washington, and then you get away and you run after that guy and you assassinate him. I think that's the first fully fledged assassination in the game.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
So I just did that. I'm back in Boston. I stopped there, so because I wanted to watch Attitude Era, so I just stopped at that point. I will definitely play some more of the Assassin's Creed 3. The story's interesting. I'm just not fond of the mechanics so far. I don't know. It's just slow. It's just like, I have to do this again. I have to be stealthy. I can't be detected. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, Jesus, I just want to go in and rape everybody, rape everybody, but murder everybody, and, just pillage everybody and kill everybody. Can I do that, please?
Rape everybody. What kind of sick fucking fuck are you?
Rape all the animals and just, go.
Oh my god. I think you've had a new low now there, Dennis, of the bestiality.
No, I mean, of course, not as me, but, No, I meant to, rape and pillage everybody, like, just destroy the villages and everything.
Ransack them, destroy, steal from them and, vandalize stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But, you have to be stealthy, and you can't be detected, and you have to, if you're detected, the mission's over, and that's it, so. That's what I really detest about Assassin's Creed, so, I just want to go in and kill everybody, but, I should be used to it now, I guess, with all the other Assassin's Creed, but I guess Brotherhood didn't have that much of sneaking around. Maybe there was one or two missions.
I don't really remember the whole lot of sneaking missions in 2 or Brotherhood, really, to tell the truth, though. I think there might have been a couple, though, but I think a 3 there is a good bit, though. But I don't think, some of the later missions are alright, though, anyway, but usually they just go down to, I think it might be still a few, though. It's still, you have to go to this part undetected, but then most of them are, go to this part, it's just basically an optional objective then, so you don't need to worry about that then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in Brotherhood, the stealthy missions were the ones that you did for Leonardo da Vinci.
Right.
Where you had to steal this stuff. Those were optional. You didn't have to do them, so that was, that I never did them because, I didn't like that aspect of the game. So.
Okay.
But yeah, the whole stealth undetected thing I don't really like, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's basically that game is definitely a mixed bag game this year.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of people who have really liked it, and there's other people who are quite disappointed with it. Like,
Mhm.
pretty much, I know Patrick Klepek on the Bombcast, he was disappointed with it.
Yeah.
So he was.
He said he didn't really like it.
Yeah, it said it didn't really click for him, though. Like, he just didn't like it whatsoever. Like, he didn't really enjoy it, I don't think, that much. But like, he didn't enjoy Darksiders 2 either, which I guess I can, like, okay, you're entitled to your opinion. But I think he just wanted more of the first, which I would have been cool with that as well. But, like, I enjoyed the aspects of the second one. Like, I like the whole looting system and all that there.
Mhm.
So.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see if it clicks down the line.
Yeah, just try and get to sequence 5 or 6. So then like get to like after 6 or so, and then you can like see what the game has on offer then, and see what you feel then. Because, like I said, like it's the first Love Ravage. You're not doing that much anyway. If you just try to go through the game and get to those parts, though. Like, say, I want to say what you think of like the first naval mission, because to me they're probably the best sort of missions in the game in my opinion. I really enjoyed the naval missions.
Yeah. Do they come before Sequence 6 or?
I think
after?
the first one is is the last mission or one of the last missions you do in Sequence 5.
Okay.
And then you can actually choose. Then there's like a bunch of side quests though, which I think I did one of them. So I did, and then there's a few more in the main storyline as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested in Far Cry 3. Like I've watched a quick look. I know you've been playing it, and you'll give us your thoughts a little bit later. But I've watched a quick look, and I wasn't at all interested in that game at all. You know. I was like, well, you know, but I watched a quick look and I was like, man, this looks interesting. You know, this looks fun. Looks like a whole lot of fun. You know?
Yeah, I think that quick look kind of sold me on the game a little though, because I wasn't really thinking of picking it up like as soon. Like I was thinking of, I'll just wait till this goes down in price though. But I'll let you know. Like I got kind of a good offer pretty much with at my workplace because of it. I'll mention that shortly.
Couple of minutes, yeah. Okay, moving on to Syndicate.
Hell yeah.
All three of us, including Derek, played some multiplayer Syndicate. We played a whole lot last weekend, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much after the podcast we played a bit, and then we played some on Sunday evening as well. And yeah, that game is awesome. Either way, single player or on co-op. And it's definitely going to be in my top 10 games of the year, because I really like this game.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very good game. For those who haven't tried it, it's you should definitely give it a shot. It shouldn't be too pricey right now, I think.
Nah, it should be pretty cheap, because it came out in February this year, so it did. And pretty much did nothing really. Didn't set the world on fire.
Yeah, sadly. If you like Blade Runner type games, you know, stuff like that, futuristic
cyberpunk
stuff, you should definitely try it out. Definitely try it out. It is very good. The co-op is very fun also. We had a whole lot of fun in the co-op. Like some of it's frustrating as hell, but you know, like the fucking scientists that we could kill.
Yeah, the agents though in that mission, the end of that mission took us a good maybe 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, that was pretty tough. And they actually, we played on normal, and they recommend that you're 4 people when you play that. So it's like recommended 4 people.
Yeah, but we did. But like most of some of them are pretty easy to go through. Like maybe died or maybe once or twice or so, and there's other ones that's like, God damn it, this part is annoying as hell.
Like the last mission we did was pretty short and pretty easy.
Yeah,
the last we did before stopping. So
we need to get back on that though soon enough, because I think we still have a few missions to go.
I think we have 2 left.
And we might go through them again, I guess, a few of them, I guess, maybe on hard difficulty, I guess, perhaps, if we're up for it.
I think we would need a 4th person.
Yeah, if we do that, yeah, we definitely need a 4th person, and I don't know anyone else that has that game.
I think Steph has it.
Right.
Steph has Syndicate, so if she wants to join in, we can do it 4 people.
Yeah, definitely. But it is a very enjoyable game. Just some of the, the little wee tech powers you have, like backfire or breach and shielding and all that stuff, and just I just love the look of the game, just the whole hooray, and just to me just look like, I keep saying the word slick. To me, that's what it is, slick.
Yeah, it is. And if you guys have seen Star Trek, like the recent Star Trek movies, with the I guess the motion blur and the whole camera lens and the flares and all that, it's pretty much that game. Pretty much is that. You have like the dirt on the lenses and the light flares and all that. So it looks very slick. It looks very good.
That was actually on last night at work before I started work. Star Trek.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, I've never seen any Star Trek films or episodes before. I only watched their reboot, like I think 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very good. And I think the new one, the sequel's coming out next year, isn't it?
Yeah, Star Trek 2. I don't know if they're calling it 2, but I know the second Star Trek in that series, in that reboot, is coming out next year, so that should be interesting. And last but not least, I played a little bit of Need for Speed Most Wanted with Derek and Jarrett, which we had on the show last week.
So did he show up then, I guess? Because I know you were tweeting about it. It's like, where are you? Are you coming?
Yeah, he showed up. We played maybe an hour or so. Me and Derek played a little bit together before Jarrett showed up, and then when he showed up, we went online and played with random people. And still as frustrating as as it ever was with random people. So, but we played a little bit. Still, I guess it's okay. It's not fantastic. It's not great.
It's just like, it's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. We haven't talked. We've talked about this game, a whole lot last week. So I won't bore you to death with the rest of it. So yeah, I played a little bit of that. Still playing Song Pops. So before I got to put it down,
I've gotten a bit back into that though.
Yeah, you sent me a couple of requests this week.
Yeah, that's pretty much it though. It's not like I'm fully fledged back into it now, but like I'm slowly creeping my way back into that game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoy playing it once in a while. It's cool. And that's pretty much it, I guess. What I've been playing this week. How about you, Darren? What have you been playing?
Yeah, I've been playing a few games this week. If you see my list now, I don't know where I'm going to start now. I already mentioned Syndicate though on co-op, which is like great and all that there. I just don't have to say more about that though. Like I'm kind of I'm not going to say a fanboy for that game though, but I'm quite really like that game. And
one of your favorites?
Yeah, one of my favorites this year by far though. I know a lot of people liked this. Some people liked it as well. Jeff Gershman really liked it. I think a few other ones did like it as well. Mm-hmm. But like I said, didn't set the world on fire. Too bad, but yeah. But it's done by Starbreeze, who done The Darkness, which I really liked as well.
Yeah.
And they did the Chronicles of Butcher Bay. Chronicles of Escape from Butcher Bay, which
was a great game.
I've got the remake one, Assault on Dark Athena, on the 360, and haven't played much of it, but I know it's supposed to be a brilliant game as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's definitely a great game anyway. I forgot to mention these last week, because I always forget to mention something every time I do a podcast. I was like, fuck, I forgot to mention that there. Every single week there's at least one thing I keep forgetting to mention. Mm-hmm. And I played the demos of the new Devil May Cry game and Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed last week. Well, not last week, but the week before now. And Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, I think there's like a race in it, and like I played the race and there's this challenge. And it seems fine for what it is. It's pretty much it's kind of like, it's a sequel to Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing but in this time around you can basically have a vehicle that transforms into 3 different things. You can have a car, and then all of a sudden, during the part of the track, it switches to like a boat, and you go on the water as a boat, or like you go in the sky and be in the plane then. So basically,
Okay.
it has all the elements of Diddy Kong Racing, except it's not like all in one. Because that was one of the things about Diddy Kong Racing, where you had tracks where you used to play, and there's tracks you just were on the water or the boat, and there's tracks you're on the cart. But it seems fine. I'm actually been watching a Let's Play of it on YouTube, and it actually kind of brings a problem which I have with kart racers with Mario Kart, and that is a certain thing called rubber band AA.
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas pretty much you can be leading the entire race or trying to or whatever, and all of a sudden you just get whooped to fucking hell. Like, that's one of the things I do hate about games like that. Like, it's like, you try your very best to try to succeed, though, and then just all of a sudden, just luck turns just 180 on you then, and just fucks you up completely. Like a lot of people hated Mario Kart Wii because it was pretty much rubber band AA, and it was awful, and that you kept getting blue shelled every time you were in first, and things like that as well. But I like it though. Like, I'll probably get it in the future, but not at the moment though. Devil May Cry, on the other hand, I am definitely getting this game when it comes out.
Really?
I really, really like that demo.
Okay.
Devil May Cry, of course, it's a reboot of the Capcom series that is being done by Ninja Theory, who done Heavenly Sword and Enslaved, which I've liked both those games. So, and I definitely just play this as like a demo. It was like just one of the levels you do and a boss battle, and both of them are very enjoyable. It's not going to be your kind of game now, Dennis.
Why is it hard?
No, it's not as hard though. It's just like, I don't think you're really a fan of, the action hack and slash games.
No, not that much. No.
No, so that's pretty much it. If you're not into those kind of games, then it's not going to be for you.
Okay.
But they're one of my favorite genres, like action adventure, action hack and slash. Like God of War and games like that. Now, it's pretty much like that. It's just a lot of these combos you do with all the different weapons you have. It's just you could just rattle up some insane combos with the different weapons you have in your possession in the demo though. But I really liked it. It's really cool though. Anyway, it's coming out I think in January. So it is. So it's one of the big releases in the new year anyway, earlier on. Lego Lord of the Rings, I mentioned I got it for cheap anyway. I only played like the first level, the prologue, pretty much. So I haven't really played much of it other than that. So, but like I could definitely see where it's coming from now. It definitely is going to have that good Lego charm, and does have the audio from the films now. Of course, like if you know the films inside out, you know there's going to be some maybe certain little changes here and there in terms of like audio. Like I think actually even the prologue section, there was certain little, maybe certain audio was like not in it, or it was like in the wrong order or whatever, I believe.
Okay.
So I could be completely wrong, but I got that feeling when I was playing it now. Are you interested in picking up Lego Lord of the Rings by any chance?
Well, I saw it was on sale on not on sale, but they're selling it on Steam. They actually have it on Steam, so I might be interested in checking it out, picking it up. I have a couple of games, already stashed. So, it's interesting. I think I'd probably pick it up, but as I said, a couple of games already in the backlog, so that would make another one. So, I don't know. Probably. Who knows?
Yeah, like I recommend it though anyway. Like I was really looking forward to this game because the fact is it's Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings, and I like really that was the one franchise that I want to see in Lego form for the longest time, and finally got it. And like it's cool. It's just basically Lego. If you play any of the other Lego games, you just pretty much know what you're getting here. Except there is that like overworld stuff, like what Art mentioned. Like they brought that in with Lego Batman 2, which was released earlier this year. They had the sort of overworld hub, and then there's these like different levels. It's pretty much the same thing here. And it's like these different little side quests you can do. It's like these collectibles in the overworld which you can do as well. So it's not just like, go to do just like, like the old Lego Star Wars games where you just pick a small hub world, like you maybe the container or whatever, and just go into like the different doors and do like this level, this level, this level. It's not like that now. There's like more to it than that now. Because if it was just going to be that now, I don't know if I would have been as interested. I still probably would have gotten it though, but don't think it was being as, probably as great as what some people seem to think it is. Some people think it's actually a great game. It's probably the best Lego game to come out in a while. I got The Amazing Spider-Man for rent yesterday, which I know we're not really a big fan of the films now. Like, I think the film was good, but not great. I think I still prefer the Sam Raimi one 10 years ago. So,
yeah, me too.
Even though like maybe the third one of it was not very well received.
No, not at all.
But I think it did fucking big in the box office though, didn't it? I think it like blew.
Yeah, I think it did. It made a little bit of money.
Yeah, I think I made a fair few $100 million.
Yeah.
I played the game. I got it for rent on the PS3 now from Love Film. And the thing is though, like most film license games that try to retell the film in game form, where you go through the like certain areas, like certain events of the film. It's not the case with this. This is actually, I think this is a smart idea where it actually takes place after the events of the film. Where, basically Curtis Connors is all locked up after the events of the attack he did as the Lizard. And, like, like Gwen Stacy is this like new guy something Dr. Smythe, who's part of Oscorp now, and he's trying to do, he's using these like nanobot stuff, and pretty much the story, basically the gist of the story is that there's still of these that thing cross-species stuff that was still like what Curtis Connors was doing, and therefore they've sort of escaped from the Oscorp, and pretty much you have to go around and try to stop them, and you have to and try to find, and it's basically people got infected because it's basically a more advanced version of the cross species that Curtis Connors was working on, and therefore if you get touched by it or get hit by it, you can actually be infected, and that's what's happened though. Like some people have been infected, including Gwen Stacy, and you have to work with Curtis Connors in order to find a cure, and of course try to get rid of the ones the things that have escaped from Oscorp, as well as fight these big nanobots and stuff like that as well, and henchmen and the hulas and that there as well. I played maybe about an hour of it or so. It seems pretty good thus far. It seems pretty easy. I think it's gonna be a pretty quick game because I'm in the third chapter already after an hour. And
yeah, I think it's 4 or 5 hours, I heard.
Yeah, I think there's 12 chapters overall. And I don't see myself doing all the side stuff.
No.
I just probably just go through the main game and just yep, I've done this. I'll just send.
Yeah, I know you can stop robberies and you stop crooks and stuff like that, go on chases and a couple of things like that. So you haven't tried those? Or? Yeah,
there actually there was a few that they're basically just crimes where you basically go in just alleyway, just drop down this alleyway, and there's this robber guy trying to maybe rob or assault the civilian, and you pretty much just beat on them. That's pretty much all they are at the moment.
Okay.
They're just very mundane, pretty much.
How is going around the city? Is it fun?
Yeah, it seems fun though. I actually think it's a lot more better than it has been in previous ones now. It seems easier. Because sometimes it just seemed like you're trying to turn around corners, or sometimes like that. It just seems very awkward at times, though, trying to get to the right, like, height or, like, building or whatever, though, but it seems fine from this here. And the combat system is, if you watch the quick look, it is a tad similar to the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
Just except it's not as,
fleshed out.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's very easy. That's
Okay.
probably one of the things as well. Thus far is pretty easy. You could easily dodge, because it pretty much gives you an counter to dodge, like the little tingling, spider sense tingling, like, symbol on his head comes up, and that basically gives you the cue to dodge. So, pretty easy. But, like, it's a decent enough game. Wouldn't have paid full price for it now, but
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of getting it when it was on sale on Steam, though, but kind of glad I'm not now, because I think I would have said, I think it was a waste of money.
Yeah, I heard it gets repetitive. It gets really repetitive. Like, the missions get pretty much the same environments and same thing over and over again, I heard.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think the mission I'm doing at the moment, like the third chapter, is I think you have to go into this archives, Oscorp archives or something like that, and get something. I think you have to get Curtis Connor's files from when he was working on the cross-species stuff. I think that's pretty much what I have to do now.
Okay.
So, me thinks this might be a stealth mission or something.
Probably.
So, that'll be like new for yourself.
Yep.
Transformers Fall of Cybertron. I mentioned this a bit last week. I went and finished it on Thursday, I believe.
Okay. So you got to the Dinobots at the end?
Yeah, I finished the game.
Okay.
And I actually liked this game. I actually quite liked it. What it is absolutely fantastic now, but I did enjoy it. I think it looks... I played it in high settings, and it looks really nice on my PC. It pretty much ran perfectly, except for that little crash that happened, like I mentioned last week. It was like I played about 45 minutes and just crashed.
Yeah.
And same sort of thing happened again when I was playing it, though. It was on the last mission as well. I was just about to start a certain section in it. Because in the last mission in the game, you actually play as a number of the different, Transformers on sides.
Yeah.
So you play as Bruticus again. You play as I think you play as Jazz again, I think. And and there was like some of the just basically in different sides. You play as Soundwave, I think it is, as well.
Bumblebee.
No, you play as Bumblebee in the first mission, and that's it.
Okay.
And then you play as you actually choose as well. There's a bit of maybe a spoiler though, but there's you can actually choose who you want to play as in the final battle.
Okay.
You can either choose to play as Optimus or you can choose to play as Megatron. And basically achievements tied to both of them, play up basically the Till All Are One Megatron ending or Optimus Prime ending, and pretty much it's just basically the only difference is who just basically wins whatever and who you play as, but the ending sequence scene is pretty much the same.
Okay.
The actual cutscene stuff is pretty much the same. But I actually quite liked it. There are certain parts of it, I actually thought this was a pretty hard game in spots as well. It's not an easy game from what I played of it.
Okay.
I was playing on normal as well. It's not that easy. It's kind of like Gears of War in a way, because you can't basically be out in the open for too long, or else you're just going to get shot to hell. It's one of those games.
Okay.
But the
cover
fact
base.
is there's no cover. There is cover though. You can cover behind things, but you can't
get into cover.
Yeah, get into cover pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There is one mission in the game that you will hate because it's
Stealth.
Okay. That's Cliff Jumper, the mission 4, and that was my least favorite mission in the game. And didn't really like that because for the most part, that's pretty much what you had to do. You had to evade these Decepticons, and then these ones who have these laser scans on you, and pretty much if you get caught by them, you are fucked. Unless you can find a vent tunnel to drive into and sort of keep away. But if there's nothing like that nearby, you are fucked, pretty much, and you just have to restart that section again.
Oh,
but
great!
I enjoyed it though. Like I paid £15 for it, and like I felt I got my money worth.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the missions are pretty long though. Like the first few missions, like these are pretty long. I thought it was gonna be like that there for the entire game, but some of them are like, I think mission 7 is like 10 minutes. So like 5-10 minutes, pretty much.
Okay.
But I really did enjoy it though. It's just something. Some of just certain missions are better than others anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And before I move on, I fucking love the voice of Starscream. Love his voice.
Yeah.
I think his name's Stan Regal does the voice of him. Fucking love. And the guy and the voice of Soundwave as well. A computerized voice, whatever it is. Love those voices. Far Cry 3 I picked up Friday night.
Yeah.
Along with another game. If you see my tweet, which you did, didn't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're probably saying, why did you get that, Darren?
Yeah.
Yes, I picked up Far Cry 3, and along with it, I picked up a game that pretty much is probably the game in terms of polarizing opinions this year, and that is Resident Evil 6. Some people really like the game, some people think it is really bad. I didn't mind, like I thought the demo was pretty decent enough though, and it was cheap enough though. Far Cry 3 was £40. It was basically a full price game, and Resident Evil 6 was £23.
Okay.
I got Resident Evil 6. I got both of them. I only had to pay £30 for Far Cry 3 because it was like a little wee offer thing at my work. Is if you buy another game or buy another top 10 game or whatever, you get Far Cry 3 for £30. So that was great. We had to pay £30. So it just come up to £53 pretty much then.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had £2.50 off with the card I use, this Nectar card, so I used it, and then I had my 15% employee discount as well. So basically at the end, I only had to pay £42.97 for £43 pretty much for both of these games. So that's definitely worth it. I played about probably about 2 hours, nearly 2 hours of Far Cry 3 last night before I head to work. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot more than I did with Far Cry 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like before, did you ever play Far Cry 2?
No, I never played it.
No, I wouldn't recommend it though. I played like a couple of hours of it, and I just didn't like the world though. Just going around, and especially the fact is you have to get these you can suffer from malaria and stuff like that easily, and I think you have to get AIDS and all that. I was like, oh, I can't be arsed with this sort of fucking management stuff like that. And you had to, repair weapons and all that shit as well. It's like, no. Luckily for this, in this game, you don't have to worry about stuff like that now. You just basically can buy a weapon, and you get certain weapons for free if you, go up the radio towers. Which, again, it's another game it's fucking taking its ideas from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Pretty much. The radio towers in this are pretty much the few in Assassin's Creed.
Both are by Ubisoft Montreal. So.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. There's the link there. But if you played Assassin's Creed and then you play this here, you definitely notice the similarities. Like the radio towers in this, you go up there and you basically destroy the signal, go down the zip line, and then all the stuff around it is uncovered, and you know where to go then for certain side missions and that there. Mm-hmm. But I'm liking it this far. So you said you did watch the quick look, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And you're interested in picking it up now, aren't you?
Yeah, it looks interesting.
So if you do pick it up next week, we can play some co-op perhaps next weekend.
Well, you have it on what? You have it on Xbox?
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting on PC.
Yeah, I would have gotten it though, but the thing is, I wouldn't have really, because I would need I would need a better graphics card pretty much if I want to run it well.
Mhm.
Because I only have the sort of pretty much the minimum settings.
Okay.
The thing, so I just rather just get on the 360 though.
Mhm.
I still think it looks pretty nice. So like some of the facial animations look pretty good. Like Vaz, like the psycho pirate guy,
Yeah.
really well done.
Yeah. Apparently, he's one of the highlights of the game.
Yeah, all I've seen from him thus far is pretty much the stuff that's in the quick look, the opening cutscene, the opening like 15 minutes,
Mhm.
which is like, yeah, but it's like basically it's just really menacing though, and it's just pretty awesome though.
Mhm.
To see more of him in the later missions though, hopefully.
Yeah. Surely.
That'll probably be one of my main faults. Like if I do go around and finish, like not enough Vaz.
Yeah. More Vaz.
Yeah, I need more Vaz in this game. Fucks. Don't want any of those, like these fucking, what Jeff Gershman says, LA douchebags.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, they're not very cool. They're not very. I mean, they're douchebags.
Yeah.
Like I have money and everything. So.
They're the kind of people you'd see on those reality shows.
Yeah.
Like The Hills or like those kind of shows.
Mhm.
Where they act all like, some of them act all high and fucking mighty and pretentious and like think they're the fucking best or whatever.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. And the character you play as is kind of a bit of a pussy in a way though. Like he just fucking really gets, because like when like his brother killed someone, he's just like, oh my god, shit, oh my god. It's like,
Yeah.
throw some fucking balls, man. It's like, jeez.
Yeah.
And like when
But then he has to become a little bit more a killer himself.
yeah,
So.
he has to become part of the Tatao
Yeah.
and not there. So yeah, like I'm gonna be playing more of it this week. But I'm enjoying it thus far. A few people I know got on 360 and said, yeah, it's quite good. Like I said, it's better than the second one.
Mhm.
I did not like the second one from what I played of it. This is definitely an improvement. So
Yeah.
I hope you get it anyway though, and just see what you think of it when the time comes.
Yeah. I'll probably check it out.
And finally, I basically played a game on Monday night, which I changed my Twitter profile icon to. I
Mhm.
kind of raved about for the day or two. So I did.
Mhm.
It's a game that came out last year, and the one thing I could say about it is I wish I played this game soon. I wish I played this game last year when it came out, because I never even heard of the game until I think I seen the review of it of Kevin Van Orden in GameSpot.
Yeah.
And the game in question is called To the Moon. And it's this little wee sort of indie game pretty much, done by this guy called Ken Gao and a few other people on they're known as Freebird Games. You can get it on Steam or you can get it on their site, and I think you can get it on GOG.com as well. I got on Steam when it was on the summer sale. I decided to get it there and then, so I did.
Mhm.
I actually just didn't get around to playing it. I just like, you know what, I'm gonna play this game. Basically, I'm gonna say it now. If you're looking for a well-made game, if you're looking for a game that has great gameplay, you're not gonna get it here. This
Mhm.
is just solely played for the story, and it is I honestly think it was a great story. It was a beautiful story though, and I feel you might not cry. I don't know if you'll cry at the end now, but if you don't feel any sort of emotion though, I just think you're cold-hearted and stone cold. It's like, fuck you. You're just a cold. You have no heart at the end of this game.
So it's a touching game.
Very touching game. Like I just cried. I was a wreck at the end of this game, pretty much.
Mhm.
Like the thing is, I didn't even cry at the end of The Walking Dead, despite the fact I was close to.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was trying to hold back the tears. But
Yeah.
I let go of this game. I knew, like, I was crying. Like, there was a certain point during the middle of the game where, like, it kind of bit of the maybe second act, and I was thinking, oh fuck, please don't tell me that the solution to this is going to be what it is. And I, oh, please don't let it be this. I was getting a bit choked up. I was like, oh, please don't tell me this. That's going to be so fucking sad if it is. And
basically, that's what happened.
in a way, yes.
Okay.
But there's more to it than that. And then afterwards, like at the end, it was like near the end, so he's like, oh, don't tell me it's going to be like this here. And it wasn't. Like, oh fuck, I just cried. I lost it pretty much. It's a beautiful game in my opinion though. I loved it. It's 4 hours long. Basically, the story is that these two doctors come. They're a part of this agency. I forget what the agency's called, and they're basically there to fulfill a dying man's last wish. And the dying man's last wish, his name, Johnny, his name is.
Okay.
His last wish is he wants to go to the moon, hence the title To the Moon. And the way they do this is by going into his memories from in reverse order, from when he's older to when he's like a kid. Basically they ask him why you want to go to the moon, and he basically says, I don't know why, I just do. And you basically unraveled through the ages to figure out why he wants to go to the moon. And he has a wife there who basically has this problem. She keeps making these bunny rabbits for you, and you basically don't know why she's doing this. But then at the point in the game, you do find out why, and it's quite touching in a way.
Okay.
But you figure out why he wants to go to the moon, and there is certain parts of it that's like sad though. I don't really want to spoil any more of it though. I just feel you have to play this game. If there was a recommendation, if you like games that have like really nice stories, like touching stories, this game's definitely for you. I can go on all day about this game, but I'm not going to. It was on sale. I think I bought the soundtrack the day after on Steam, and I have it on my phone. And there's the great soundtrack as well. Absolutely love this game. As I say, if I played this game last year, it probably would have been in my top 10 games easily. Despite the fact it's like the gameplay is just secondary in this game though. Like all you do really, like it's done in this classic 16-bit style from like old school RPGs, like Final Fantasy and the like on the Super Nintendo and that. So that's what you're getting here though. But like the gameplay is as you go around, like you touch these different objects, and then doing this little slide puzzle thing, and then going into the past more. That's pretty much all there is for the gameplay. It's like pretty secondary stuff though, but it's nothing like to go cry home about now. It's not like horrible or anything. It's just this game's just basically for the story, and that's the end all of it.
Okay.
So
I'll have to check it out. It's probably not very expensive on Steam.
Sale during these. You should probably just wait until the Christmas sale, because I assume it'll probably be on sale then. It was on sale during the autumn sale, but like if you can get it now if you want, but if you want to wait on price, then best just getting it when it comes out in Christmas sale.
I'll wait a little while.
I will get it. I really hope you do play this game though, because I really, really liked it. Like I don't know if you'll cry though, but if you, as I said, I'm gonna kick you off this podcast if you don't feel any emotion towards it. So anyway, that's my long-rounded news. Not long-rounded news. Games we've been playing. So I went forever, like I usually do.
Oh, that's cool. You had a lot of games to talk about, I guess. So.
Yeah, and I want to talk about To the Moon though. Like I just really like. I think the reason why I probably played it though is because of last week's Rod Vasquez episode where they talked about games they got emotionally attached to.
Mhm.
That's probably one of the reasons why as well. I just wanted to try it out and see if this game is as great as what people say it is. And yep, I definitely think it is. Like, it's like 4 hours long. It's not like, doesn't outstay its welcome, just perfectly paced. It's beautiful in my opinion.
That's good.
So anyway, we'll go into the news here. There is a few news stories. So there is.
Yeah, a couple of news stories I rounded up during the week, I guess.
Yeah.
So
This one is the Wii U, the console that not really everyone's been talking about pretty much.
yeah.
Few people talking about it, but it's not everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
It's sold 400,000 copies in its first week.
Yeah. 400,000 units, I guess. So that's in the USA. So in 2006, if you look here, they say that the original Wii, sold more than 600,000 units at launch. So I don't know what that means exactly, but
Yeah, which 2006 and sold more than 600,000 units during its first 8 days in the market in the Americas.
Yeah.
In addition to the Wii U's 400,000 units, the aging Wii console moved 300,000 systems during the past week, which include the one-day shopping bonanza known as Black Friday, where where most Americans
go nuts.
Trample over each other to get stupid fucking ass deals.
So yeah, 3DS got 250,000 systems moved, and DS devices 275,000.
Still surprised DS is still selling though. Like, has those things. Like, I'm sure.
Yep.
Like DS sold millions. Like loads. I think it's at least 100 million DS sold around the world, and it's still selling. That thing's been out for 8 years now in America, and 8 years next year here, and it's still selling.
Yeah.
And the Wii is the Wii as well. Like, that's still sold is still a thing. Like, the fact is, like, there's no fucking games out for the Wii. There's hardly been anything out this year.
Yeah, the original Wii sold 300,000 copies.
Yeah.
300,000 systems on Black Friday. And if you look at the new Wii U that sold 400,000, that's really,
it's not that high though, man, because of the price as well. Like, the Wii's is basically probably the perfect price for some people now. Though, it's like,
yeah,
I'll just get it now though. It's been out for 6 years, pretty much now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say price and lack of interest in the Wii U. I'm guessing. Besides gamers like us, I guess people don't really know a whole lot about it yet, and don't know. They look at the system and they see the touchpad and they see all that, and they're like, it looks a little complicated. It looks a little, I don't know. So I think that pretty much that puts people back maybe a little bit from buying them. So.
Yeah, I agree. I pretty much agree with that. Their sentiment though, like, not everyone's going to motion control like the Wii nunchuck thing. It was just simple, just easy to do. Just basically wiggle the control and something happens on the screen, like Wii Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people love that game, and I'm sure there's probably some people around the world that still play that game to this day from time to time, despite the fact that game's 6 years old.
Yeah.
And there's probably still people who have a Wii that only have that game. They never bought anything else for it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I don't know. Is it a sign of the times? Is it the complications with the system? Is it I guess the lack of interest in parents buying this for their kids for the holidays? Like, my nephews haven't talked to me about this at all. Like when the Wii came out, I was like, I want a Wii, so. And now it's like, oh, I haven't heard anything. So I'm like, okay.
The launch lineup is not that. It's decent enough now.
Well, there's a lot of third-party stuff.
There is a lot of third-party stuff, and not a lot of it is a good majority of it is stuff that has already been out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Arkham City Armor Edition, that game's been out a good year.
Yeah, and not very stable, as we'll talk about soon enough. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Will it sell more in the upcoming weeks? Will it sell more in the upcoming months? Or I don't know. Will it be
has
Nintendo?
to have the games, and luckily there's a few games that I'm looking forward to getting in the next few months anyway. If they come out in the next few months, like I'm definitely getting the wonderful 101 because it's a platinum game. And if you knew me from last week, Dennis, I'm a big fan of platinum stuff.
Yeah, you and Jared.
As is Jared.
Yeah.
There's actually 3 games from platinum coming out in the first 3 months next year, the first few months.
Yeah, they've been busy.
Anarchy Reigns, which was supposed to come out July this year, but for some fucking reason it got delayed till next year.
Mm-hmm.
It was finished. The game was finished. It was ready to go, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, no, we're not going to put it out this year. We're just going to put it back now. It's been out it's been out in Japan now since July, but we're just going to leave it till next year. But the thing is, it's going as budget price. It's only going to be £20. So like maybe $40, I presume, maybe $30-40 out in the States, which is like that's good to know.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, my most anticipated game of next year. Cannot wait for that. And a wonderful on the Wii U. So
yeah,
I'll be definitely getting my fair share of platinum stuff.
Yeah, a couple of games coming out.
And perhaps, could be, maybe not next year, but maybe next year, probably not, but Bayonetta 2 could possibly come out next year as well.
Possibly.
4 years. That'll be 4 games in the 1 year.
Yeah.
I doubt it though, but it'd be great to see it. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the next story now? It's about, apparently Nintendo are saying that third-party games look dramatically better on Wii U, Dennis?
Yeah, apparently Reggie said that some games like Call of Duty Black Ops look dramatically better on dramatically better on the Wii U than they do on other systems, and he even said that it looks better than on the PC, which I almost choked on my drink when I read that, but hey. I guess, you're entitled to your opinion. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Third-party games look better on the Wii U than they do elsewhere? Not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. I watched a couple of videos about, I watched the entire Giant Bomb live stream, and I watched a couple of other videos from, Wii U games, and they don't, look necessarily as better as, especially not as better as PC games.
They pretty much just look on par with the current stuff because it's pretty much up there with it's pretty much just the Wii U is just pretty much Nintendo's, like, it's just basically them getting into the HD era now, and it's pretty much just the same as the 360 or PS3. And there are certain cases where it's probably worse than those versions because there's frame rate dips.
Yeah. Frame rate dips and lockups and a whole lot of lockups. I don't know if you watched the Funky Barn quick look.
No, I did not.
You did not? No. At the very beginning of the game locks up. They have to reboot the entire system and then start up all again. They didn't cut the quick look. They just went on with that. So you can't even shut down. You have to reboot the entire system to get it working again.
That's another thing that's been going around as well, that there's people have been having hardware problems as well. Like, I think there's some people's systems actually have bricked on them. That broke on them.
Yeah.
And it's like, was this the 360 all over again now? The fact of the matter is as well, like, you basically go out, bring it out of the box, oh great, going to play the Wii U. You have to fucking update the bloody thing
Yeah, and it takes
And
forever.
it takes.
Apparently.
I heard people. It varies the time. So some people it takes like maybe an hour or so, and other people that talk like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And the fact is, you cannot turn that off while it's doing that. If it goes off, like what happens if you have some sort of power outage?
Yeah.
You're fucked then. It's like, great, I can't even play
Yeah.
a fucking thing now. The power went out. And it's still updating. Like that to me is just very bad. Like they couldn't, like, to me that just seems rushed though. Like they couldn't, like they were going to put, that was all stuff that was meant to be pretty much in it when you get the box, but you have to update it though. And it's like, I think it's like 5 gigs or something, the update or something like that. And I was like, really? Like, seriously?
And when was the Wii U announced? 3 years ago?
It was announced 2000 last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
You sure it's not 2010?
No. It was last year, because there was rumors going around for a while, like there was like all this, this Nintendo's next console is going to use this touchpad, this tablet and all that there, and it was like these sort of, drawn up sketches, like leaked or whatever and all this stuff here, but then they eventually have failed it at E3 last year, and it pronounced as the Wii U, which I still think is a fucking stupid name. Like, when I first heard that Wii U, it's like, sound of an ambulance? Wii U, Wii U, Wii U, Wii U.
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly, yeah. So, it's like, just to quote, just to get back to our article, quote Gearbox Software CEO Randy Pitchford, who said that this year, that the Wii U version of Alien Colonial Marines, which will come out next year, would be the best-looking iteration of the game amongst Xbox 360, PC, and PS3. So, better than PC, really? Okay. Maybe better than Xbox 360, better than PS3, okay, maybe.
Perhaps, but PC,
But better than PC? Come on now.
Nothing's going to look better than PC, because the fact is PC, in certain instances, is kind of miles ahead of what's currently out. Because, like, you can get this like this game on the 360 and looks like might be fine for you. It's like, this looks fine, but there's like people out there like who think the 360 version looks like garbage and they want to play on the PC, but the fact is they have to have a pretty beefy PC in order to run it. Like Far Cry 3, that game looks pretty sweet on the PC, but the fact is I don't have a good enough PC to run it at its optimal best.
Yeah, I especially going back to the updating. I know we're going back and forth here, but the updating. If you're getting the system for your kids for Christmas, open that shit up and update it, because you're gonna have a couple of disappointed kids on Christmas morning when they open up their Wii and they have to wait for 1 to 4 hours for the thing to update. I'd say update that thing before you give it to them on Christmas. So,
like, I've been thinking of doing that myself though.
Yeah.
Like I've got my Wii U. I paid for it though, but the thing is, it's for Christmas. Like, I paid it myself though, but my family is going to just basically give me money towards it, and that's pretty much my Christmas present this year. I've got the Zombie U premium bundle, which already came out in Europe. I've got its box, but the thing is, like, I'm going to come Christmas morning and I'm going to have to go open it up, and it's like, yeah, great, I'm going to play this here now, and then I'm going to have to download it. But hopefully it shouldn't take long. I don't know, it might, depending on how good the wireless thing is in it now. If the speeds are going to be fine, because I have pretty good internet here. So
and a whole lot of people are getting it for Christmas, so you're probably going to be updating on the same date as everybody else is updating, right? So
yeah, and it could run like shit.
Yeah.
You never know. It's just like, okay, should I do this here? I don't really want to open it up now. I really just want to wait till Christmas though. Because the problem is though, Dennis, if I open it up now and update it though, I just want to play it now.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, I think that's enough talk for the Wii U at the moment. Unless you want to talk more.
No, I'm pretty much done with the Wii U, I guess.
Yeah, but still on the Nintendo fucking forefront. a lot of Nintendo stuff this week, is the Wii Mini has been announced for Canada only. And what this is specifically is basically a Wii. I think it's like this Wii. It's like red and black style of it, isn't it? And it is.
I think so. Yeah.
And it is no wireless. There's no internet capabilities.
No.
And it has no GameCube support. So basically, if you do not care about the Wii U,
big on the internet.
If you're not big on the internet, if you don't care about that stuff, you don't care about downloading, WiiWare virtual console games or like anything like that, and you don't especially care about playing GameCube games on your Wii, then this is pretty much the one for you. But the fact is, why release this now when the Wii is pretty much dead?
Well, it's not really dead because we saw that it sold 300,000 copies.
But the fact of the matter is, there's nothing really big coming out for it anymore now. Like the last few games this year, like The Last Story, Xenoblade Chronicles that came out in the States, and Beat Rhythm Paradise or Rhythm Heaven, Fever. Like there's nothing really else coming out now for it now. It's basic. I think it's just for people who, haven't gotten around to getting their way at the moment. It's like, okay, I think it's a good price now, perhaps. Like if you're in Canada, it's like $99. It's like, I should get it now. And there's like a bunch of games I can get. I can get like Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Zelda, No More Heroes, and games like that now.
Yeah, well, $99, I guess, is a good Christmas present. Like, it's a good gift. You buy that, you buy a couple of games, and you get it for under $200. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. And the current MSRP for the Wii is $130. So basically, it is $30 cheaper.
Yeah. So the Wii, just the Wii, or with games?
No, it's the current manufacturing. It's the software. The retail price for the Wii is $130. I think that's just basically for the Wii itself. Which, I don't know, seems still a bit too pricey, I guess, considering the fact that I think it's been out for 6 years now.
Yeah, there's no backward compatibility and no Wi-Fi. Maybe a little too pricey at $100, so.
No, I mean
if you can get an original Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the current 130. But then again, like, you're getting like the GameCube capability though, but like, it's not that much different prices though. Like, if you care, like, just get the Wii. But, like, yeah, anyway, yeah, it's basically this kind of, like, to me it looks like a tip, like, scales or something. Like, one of those electronic scales.
Yeah. It does,
like
it does look a little
like
weird.
A stool or a balance board or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
It does look
pictures.
A little bizarre. We'll just have to wait and see if it sells, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
It's only in Canada, though, which I kind of find strange, I guess, but...
Only in Canada, so that's, comes out December 7th, so that's next week. Yeah.
Oh, December 7th, yeah. That's the day before the Wii U came out. That's the day before my brother's birthday.
So next Friday. We never get launches on Friday. That's weird. So it comes out next Friday, so there you go.
Yeah, that's when our consoles and like our games come out on Friday, and that's when the Wii U came out last Friday there. I'd like to see what the sales are going to be for the Wii U here now.
Yeah. We should get numbers probably next week or something.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I actually got mine the day before because of Shop 2. I was surprised I got it the day before. I thought I was just going to get it the day, but no. Even with consoles, I got it the day before.
That's good.
I guess this is actually the very first time I actually ordered a console online. Because a new console, pretty much. So, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good. So you can't play with it until Christmas. So.
No, that's a shit thing though. But like, I have enough games to occupy me until then anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess speaking of games.
The next game that I'm sure a lot of people might be looking forward to is part of the. I think it's coming out in February, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the part of the fucking Jesus Christ, my wallet's going to kill me month.
February,
which is the new November, pretty much. Yeah. Because what is it coming out?
Oh no, hold on. It's been delayed to March 5, 2013.
Oh, so it's not. It's not in the.
Not quite February.
Yeah, but still, it's shortly after the please kill me. What's saying please kill me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, the wallet's gonna be sucked dry.
Exactly.
It is Tomb Raider, and the campaign is supposedly going to be spanning 12 to 15 hours. Is that correct, Dennis?
Yeah, apparently the devs confirmed that the estimated length of the game is between 12 and 15 hours. They also said that Lara Croft has regenerated health. So the sequel will be dependent also on the sales of their reboot. See if they're going to do a sequel or not. In my humble opinion, I think it's going to sell really well. So I think they shouldn't have any problems with that. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. It looks pretty good.
Now, you've never played any of the original Tomb Raider games, now, have you?
Of course I did. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought the first one you played was Legend.
Nope, I played Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider. I don't think I played 2. I didn't play any others up until not really the reboot, but until Legend came out. I guess it's some sort of a reboot in a way. So.
Oh, so you didn't play the Awful Angel of Darkness then?
No, I didn't.
I unfortunately did, and that game is not good.
Not good?
No. Because that game, I think, got delayed a few times, though. It was one of the, it was the first Tomb Raider outing on the PS2, and it pretty much stunk. I didn't even finish it. I played like maybe an hour or two of it, and it's like, the controls were very bad. It's very, just very clunky.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to it as well. I haven't been really looking up on this too much now, but I enjoyed Legend. I've got Anniversary and Underworld though, but I played a bit of Anniversary though, but actually haven't touched Underworld.
Okay.
So I don't know how well Underworld did in sales. I don't think it did particularly well now.
No, I don't think it did really well.
And I don't know how well the downloadable game, the Guardian of Light, did as well. I think it might have done decent, I believe.
I think so.
But
well, we'll have to see about that. I think it looks good. I mean, it's like the origins of Lara Croft, like the very, very beginning when she's a teenager and she things happen to her, and you see her getting bruised and battered, and she has to fight out of a tough situation and all that. So I think they'll probably work on that. They'll probably hype on that. They'll go with that and base the entire game around that structure, I guess. It looks interesting. It looks very interesting. So I think it'll be a very big hit, if I'm not mistaken there. I think it'll be a very big hit.
Or it could be one of those big disappointments of the year now, because
could be.
A certain game actually came out basically much that time this year, which is considered to be a disappointment for some, Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
That'll be next year's Mass Effect.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's going to be next year's Mass Effect, but it looks good. In my opinion, it looks very good. So can't wait to see what they do with the game. I'm getting it for sure. So on PC, of course.
And speaking of the original ones, all of them, the first 5 are out on Steam now.
Yeah, they're on sale on Steam now.
Yeah.
So
for I think they're £6 or £7 a pop.
I think so.
So
I think it's a little bit pricey for the original one.
I think they're all a bit too pricey. I think they should be £5 maybe tops. I'll see them going on sale maybe for Christmas perhaps, as a pack. You can get them for maybe £10 or something for the lot. Or so if you want to play those original ones again, maybe not, because I don't think they will aged well, especially with the controls.
Yeah, I don't think they would stand up very well.
No, I don't think they would. But if you really enjoyed them and maybe want to get that nostalgic feeling, perhaps, then get them. But other than that,
if you want to see what it looked like back then or how it was back then, you can try it out.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little bit too much, a little bit too pricey for those games, in my opinion.
Publisher that has been going through some hard times recently, pretty much this year, is offering its own humble bundle. And Sorry?
Speaking of bundles.
Speaking of bundles, THQ is offering its own humble bundle. Now, humble bundle has been going for a while now, and it usually involves, like, you know, independent games for the most part, where you get a bunch of games, like maybe it's usually like 6, 7 or something, maybe less, maybe more, depends. And you basically give what you want to pay for them. Now, you're not going to say, like, I don't know if you can now specifically say, I'm going to pay $1 for them now. I don't think it works that way now, because I think that would be fucking stupid if it is.
Well, it's written here, THQ offers a humble THQ bundle starting from $1.
So you can pay $1 for it.
Yeah.
So you basically can pay for all these games and the soundtracks for $1.
Yeah.
I don't think that would work well for them at the moment.
It's a contributor, but as it says here in the article, it has now generated $2.3 million. And from more than 420,000 purchases. THQ President Jason Rubin and Rad Game Tools are the top contributors at $1,050 each. So you can give $1,000 for Saints Row the Third for the humble bundle or something like that, or you can give $1. You know, it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, like it'd be much just like basically give your own price. Like you can pay know, pretty much the retail price for each of these games. Overall, you can just pay $30, $20, $10, $5, but I think you get all the games, like you get a certain extras if you pay over the average, which has always been the case for these things. Like you say, you get these 5 games for, say, if you pay over the average, you can get these games and these soundtracks for extra, which is great as well. But this is weird saying this is actually the first one to come from a publisher as THQ, and the games are pretty good games as well. Like Saints Row the Third is one of them. Yeah, so it is. I'm just going to look up the screenshot here now. You get
you have
Saints. Go ahead, Dennis.
You have Saints Row the Third. You have Darksiders, the first one.
Yep.
Metro 2033, which I've been wanting to play for a while. Red Faction.
Armageddon.
The Armageddon, yes. Company of Heroes.
And the 2 expansions.
And the 2 expansions, yeah. Well, it's Company of Heroes Tales of Valor and Company of Heroes Opposing Fronts. Did you guess?
I don't know if both of them are expansions now, but I know at least one of them is.
Yeah. And you also get Saints Row the Third, which is a marvelous, awesome game. So, to me, that's a very good humble bundle. If you're looking for good games, there's a lot of good games in that package right there. So,
and you also get the soundtracks for Saints Row the Third, Darksiders, Red Faction, Armageddon, and I think Company of Heroes.
Yeah.
And
they're all DRM free. So.
Yeah. So.
That's I think that's a pretty good price, but it's also very alarming for THQ. It's like, what's going on? You're giving up humble bundles, and you're giving up probably your most popular game of all time.
Yeah, one of your most yeah.
So that's kind of weird. Seeing they must be in really deep shit if they're doing this, in my opinion.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is, I think it's they were discussing about this on the Giant Bombcast, and I'm sure it's probably maybe discussed as well elsewhere, but I think they were relying on Darksiders 2 to get them out of the slump.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I really enjoyed that game, it didn't do that well.
Yeah, it didn't sell very well.
I don't think the first one did that particularly well either.
They were probably thinking that Darksiders 2 would be their Saints Row the Third.
Would be their savior pretty much this year.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case.
Mm-hmm.
And what would have been like if they actually, Saints Row Enter the Dominatrix, actually came out this year?
Yeah, I think that would have helped them. I think that would have helped them a whole lot if it came out this year.
Because that was supposed to come out this year, and the fact of the matter is, it was delayed into, basically put into Saints Row 4.
Yeah. It's going to be in Saints Row 4, which probably will come out next year if THQ doesn't go under before that. So, and what came out this year? I mean, Darksiders 2, WWE 13, I guess, which could have made him a couple of bucks. I actually enjoyed WWE 13.
I think it's probably been one of the best WWE games in quite a while.
Yeah.
I only played the Attitude Era mode, though I really haven't gone back to it since. I might try those in the future, though, but I think that was the only thing I really cared about it, though.
Yeah. But seeing them do that means that they're in trouble. So it's good that they got $2.3 million from it.
But the fact is, that's not going to be completely all to them now, because some of them will go to Child's Play and like charities and things like that as well.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be like, it's 2.3 million to give directly to that, because a portion of it has probably went to, charity, to Child's Play and that. Like most.
And apparently it's not the final one that THQ is going to do. Apparently there are a couple others coming up. So, okay.
Okay, that doesn't sound good for them.
That doesn't sound very good, so I really hope that something, that they get out of the rut and they can get out of it, so I can see Saints Row 4 come out next year. So because
the fact is, like, is THQ going to be around this time next year?
Mhm.
I like to think so, though, because I want to see Saints Row 4, because I fucking love the third.
Yeah, indeed. I know Volition will still be around, but somebody has to buy Volition after that.
Yes.
So, who's going to buy him? Activision? EA? Who knows?
I certainly hope not fucking Activision, no, because they'll just basically milk it dry, perhaps.
Yeah, Saints Row this, Saints Row that, Saints Row this, Saints Row that. So.
Yeah, like they do with most other franchises that comes into their fruition.
I mean, for now it's perfect. You have a Saints Row game every 3 years or something like that. So I think that's perfect right now. You don't have like a billion other like Saints Row Racing or Saints Row, other subsidiary things that come out. You don't have a different game on the DS, or you don't have a different game on the PS Vita or something.
Yeah.
It's just that. So I think that's perfect right now.
You don't have an hour-long campaign and have, not really that great multiplayer. Ooh, burn!
Yeah, exactly. So, but it would be cool if they brought back the multiplayer in Saints Row. I think we both agree on that. With certain mode that we'd probably play together if they brought it back.
That was just the big thing. They fucking ballsed up big time with 2. Like, 2 is the better game. Single player, I really loved the story in 2 more than I did 1, because I never finished 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed 2. But the fact is, they still have the multiplayer in it though. But they took out the best bloody mode.
Yeah.
Bling My Ride.
Yeah. The Blinged Out Ride, I think it was, or something like that.
I think it might have been out there, yeah, but it was like pretty much
still best mode in the game, by far. It's really shitty. They should bring that back, honestly. Either it's THQ or whatever, they should bring it back. So
yeah,
but nonetheless,
good times.
good times and good luck to THQ. Hope they survive. I really do.
Finally,
finally.
GTA 5 PC petition reaches 100,000 signatures. I assume that's probably more now.
Probably more, yeah. I know I signed it. So
I have not, though, because I just feel the petitions don't do jack shit, pretty much, for the most part anyway.
yeah.
Like, they rarely ever work. I think there might have been a few occasions it might have, though, but I never really hear about them. There's usually people just write them, it's like, yeah, I want this, get this fucking thing on here, or do this here, but nope, never. But, I agree, it's pretty much, like, the Rockstar basically flat out said that it's not going to come to PC.
Mhm.
Or, like, the fact is, like, to me that's just stupid, like, if that's the case.
Yeah. So, but Rockstar said, the Rockstar Games co-founder Dan Houser said that the PC and Wii U versions of GTA 5 were up for consideration. So, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So,
I don't know if it'll come out in the Wii U now. Like, it'd be really weird to see it on a Wii U, on the Wii U, pretty much. But, like, for PC, like, I mentioned this before, but Grand Theft Auto started out on a PC.
Exactly.
So to pretty much ignore its origins, in a way, just feels stupid.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have consoles now, so...
It's probably because of the fact is that it sells better, of course, on the 360 and the PS3. That's really the reason why. But the fact of the matter is that this one's coming out next spring, May, i.e. May. I'd be surprised if it's anything other than May, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I forget. I've lost my train of thought, damn
it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll come out in May. But if Rockstar decides to ignore the PC, I don't think that's a smart move on their part. So I would play the game on PC for sure if it came out on PC. And I don't know, Xbox 360, if I don't have a choice, of course, but you know, I would prefer playing it on PC. That's
the problem
for sure.
is, though, Dennis, if you want to get it on PC, you're going to have to wait a lot of months if it does eventually come out in PC, like it has done in the previous iterations. Like,
yeah,
I think the GTA 4 came out, I think November or December 2008.
Yeah.
So basically, if it's going to be the same thing here, you're going to wait perhaps till near the end of the year before you see the PC version. So are you going to wait that long? No, I don't think you are you? No,
I'm not. Well, of course, I'm not going to. If it's not a first day launch at the same time as the consoles, no, forget it. I'll get on 360 then. Won't have a choice. So, but yeah, I hope it comes to PC first day launch. That would be awesome. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Especially because of the fucking, like, do you see some of the mods that GTA 4 has brought out?
Yeah.
Like, some of them are, are just nuts.
Yeah.
And there's some of the, like, the enhanced ones, like that Ice Answer one. This makes the game look fucking incredible if you have a really great PC.
Yeah.
And it's like, some of the people have, like, using those, like, that, like, graphical mods and other mods that, like, recreated, like, you know, San Andreas and Vice City and that there as well. And
yeah, I know.
Engine. That's, like, awesome. So not to say it on the PC, look, it's crap, though. Like, you're going to just get on the 360 and PS3, like, yeah, just play the main game and, you know, multiplayer. I'm not going to get all the crazy fucking shit that you can do with the mods. Like, that's one of the things, like, I love about the PC community, is just some of the crazy mods that you see people make. So you do.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's it for news. I think we're going on the 2-hour mark now, I believe.
Coming close. We're coming close to it.
Yeah, but luckily I don't think we'll be going the 3-hour mark this week. Thankfully not. So
Yeah.
we'll go into the question of the week responses now. I've got one on Twitter, so I do. I'll get that one in just a few moments, though. But the question of the week, we should maybe answer it ourselves, Dan, so because we actually didn't really say what our answers are.
Mm-hmm.
The question of the week was, what were some of your favorite games, or like your favorite game to play at the arcades? So, Dan, what was your favorite game to play, or some of your favorite games to play at the arcades?
Well, I guess, do we say only one, or do we go with the entire?
You may say whatever
Lot.
you may like.
Okay. So, there's one, I actually posted it on Facebook, Yayar Kung Fu, which we talked about a little bit in the last podcast. That's one of my favorites. There's also
quote unquote great Xbox Live port.
Yeah, that was horrible. But that was, in our case, that was fucking awesome. I love that game. I put a perfect run video on the Facebook page in the question of the week. So if you want to check it out, it's on there. I actually got to the final boss of that. Could never beat him. He's called Blues. Blues is a copy of you. Like, it's the same guy as you, so you have to beat him. I never could beat him, so I never finished it completely, but I got to the end. Excellent game, excellent kung fu game, if you like that type of game. There's also, I guess I mentioned Journey last week. Watched videos of that also on YouTube recently, and it looks really bad today, but it's like back in the day, it was awesome.
Now, when did that came out? Now, do you know?
1982, I think, or 83, something like that.
Oh, so it's very early then.
Yeah, it's very one of the earliest arcade games, I guess that would, if you could say. Also, what else? Mortal Kombat, the original one, of course. Spent I don't know how much time playing that game in arcades. I was actually pretty good with Scorpion at the end, so could actually beat a whole lot of people with Scorpion. So, people would come up to the arcade machine, put their quarters, wanting to play behind you. And I used to stay there for a pretty long while before before somebody beat me. So I was standing there, and people would come up and couldn't beat me at all. So that was pretty awesome. One of my favorite games of all time on arcade. A couple of others. I talked about Star Wars, the arcade game, last week. That's another awesome game. There are a couple of others. Tecmo Bowl was one of them. I could go on and on, but that's pretty much my favorites. So that's it. How about you, Darren? Have any?
Yeah, I have a few, so I do as well, though. One of the first ones I remember fondly is the Simpsons arcade game.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember playing it at like Newcastle and playing it with like my like cousins and that there and family members as well back in the early 90s though. And I don't know if I ever did beat it though. I don't think we ever did though. We always got to like Mr. Burns at the end has never beat him because he just took forever to pummel down. I don't know if we ever did though. I don't recall ever beating him though, but I just remember really enjoying that game though. And I actually did get the Xbox Live version when it was on sale for 400 points. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to get it for 400 points because there's no way I was going to pay 800 points for it. Because that just felt to me that was just too damn expensive for that kind of game. Because the fact is, it just didn't do nothing for it though. It just looks really bad by today's standards, pretty much. Star Wars Trilogy Arcade, fucking loved that as well. It's like at the cinema here in the late 90s. It was like this little wee arcade, with a few little arcade stuff at the local cinema place. Like this, it's just basically a shopping centre though, but so it's just basically a shopping centre, but There's a cinema. It's like an Omniplex in it, and there's like an arcade as well. I usually go there sometimes, and I went to like other arcades that had it elsewhere as well, and just basically played a lot of it as well. It's very enjoyable. I really like that game. Never finished it though. Like I think I got to like, basically the Death Star 2 part. I think I got into the inside of itself, and then got to the structure, but I just never beat it though. But it's a great game, though. If I could have an arcade cabinet, play at home, that would definitely be one of them. Would there be any cabinets that you'd like to have at home and play?
No, probably the Star Wars arcade, trilogy arcade one. I actually was looking online for a couple of places recently that would sell that. So I saw a couple of them, but they're really expensive. So.
How much?
I saw one. I think the cheapest one was $800. So I saw a couple of the thousands and stuff like that. So I'm not ready to pay that at all. So
$800. I thought it was actually going to be more than that. I thought it was going to be like a couple of grand.
Well, there are a couple that are a couple of grand.
Yeah,
the one that I saw, $800 said, "Oh, you need to change this, you need to change that."
Oh, it's like that's one of those. It wasn't made in perfect condition. You have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Fact is, no, that would be no. I just kind of want mine picture perfect condition though, because I have no idea about arcade boards and all that stuff. That's just basically a completely different world to me. But I know a lot of people online are pretty much really are into arcade aficionados, pretty much. What other games? There's this other game, I forget what it's called though. It's called something like Sonic Smash Machine 2000 or something. Where you have this boxing glove and you can put your picture in the game. You basically put your face, you just like line up the thing, and then this punching bag comes up, and then you have to punch it, and you have to try to basically hit it give it a set number of damage to destroy it.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. It's something along those lines, so I could look it up though. But it's like
that wasn't Punch Out.
No, it wasn't Punch Out. It's called like something Super Sonic Smash Machine or 2000 or something along those lines. Completely forget the name though of it though. But my brother loved that game as well. I used to play that as well at certain arcades, and actually I quite liked DDR when I went to Galway back in 2000. There's an arcade that had it, and I really liked playing it as well.
Dance Revolution, yeah.
Yeah, that's like kind of the first time I encountered one of those arcades though, but that's pretty much before it was fucking everywhere pretty much. You can pretty much get it for anything nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get some sort of form of it probably on your bloody iPhone and iPad. Just basically finger
tapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really enjoyable as well, and I like the light gun stuff as well, like Time Crisis and House of the Dead, and games like that as well. And I'm sure there's a few others, and I can't recall though, but I'm sure there's a few others ones as well I really enjoyed. So anyway, on to the responses, Dennis. Go ahead.
Okay, you want me to go with Facebook first?
Yes.
Okay, so from Facebook, Benoit said Tekken 3 is one of his answers.
I think I did play the arcade one though, but I remember fondly from playing the PlayStation one, which was great. It's probably still my favorite Tekken to the state.
I never played it. Well, I probably played a little bit of Tekken in the arcade, but never played it on a console. So I couldn't really say.
No, but Tekken 3 is definitely the best one of the lot, though. Like, I like that's definitely it. Like, Tekken 4 was meh. And Tekken 5 was actually was pretty good as well, and I played Tekken 6 for like 20 minutes and just didn't like it.
Yeah. George says Tron from 1982. with the House of the Dead from 1997
Yeah.
and Asteroids from 1979. So that's his top 3 there.
Yeah, House of the Dead's pretty awesome. I just love those light gun games as well. Basically, have the gun, shoot the screen.
Mm-hmm.
What more can you want?
Yeah, exactly. So those are the 2 answers we got on Facebook. What about Twitter?
On Twitter, we got Steph. She said, Galaga, Burger Time, and any racing game where you have to sit down and use the steering wheel and gas/brake pedals, which I could definitely agree with. That's pretty fun as well. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Daytona or Sega Rally or any of those kind of games as well at the arcade are, you know, very enjoyable to play. Just make you feel like you're actually, you know, racing, driving a real car.
Yeah, there are a ton of them, a ton of those games. So, yeah, I can agree. That's pretty fun.
And anyway, those are responses. I don't know if we'll have one for this week, though. Maybe if you can think of one, Dennis, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try to think of something. Yeah, we don't have a topic for this week, I guess, since Derek is not here.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing something, but it was just best to leave it to next time when Derek's back, and we might do it next. We might maybe leave it till the end of the year when we do our Game of the Year stuff. We might just, like, you know, make it separate.
Yeah, we should start thinking about the Game of the Year stuff.
Yes.
I think Far Cry, you know, that's pretty much the last big game coming out. There's nothing really else.
That's
nothing
pretty
else.
much it, though. Like, Paper Mario's coming out this week here, though, which is, like, maybe kind of big, though, in a way. It's for 3DS, so, but that, other than that, that is it.
That's pretty much it
for the year.
So we're probably going to start thinking about doing our own. I guess we'll each do either a top 10 or a top 5, each of us. I don't know how we're going to go with that.
I'm going to be doing a top 10 video on my YouTube channel anyway. Well, I need to do a video on YouTube because I haven't done one in like over 2 months anyway.
Yeah.
Just didn't mean there's nothing really. I haven't really gotten any inclination to do one at the moment anyway. And the thing is, that probably won't be up until maybe the end of January or something, because actually there's a few games I actually kind of want to go back to and play more of.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I need to do that myself.
Round it up though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll certainly do a top something, either 5 or 10 of each of our favorite games of the year, and then select our, I guess, the podcast's game of the year, probably.
Yeah, I think we have an idea what that will be.
I think we have an idea, and everybody who listens to us has a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
What it's going to be.
I think it's the only one we'd probably agree on.
Yeah. Probably.
Because I haven't played much. I haven't finished anything. Like, I haven't played much of, you know, Derek's Game of the Year, I assume, is at the moment. Like, I assume his is Borderlands 2. Mm-hmm. It was Darksiders 2 before that, but I think it's Borderlands 2 because he played the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
I know yours is, I think, Sleeping Dogs for the time being.
For the time being, yeah.
Yeah. Which I haven't played nearly enough of either.
Mm-hmm.
And mine is Darksiders 2.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm probably going to be the only one that I know of that's going to have that as their number one for the time being.
Yeah. So it depends on how Far Cry is, but I don't think Assassin's Creed's going to be my top game of the year. So yeah, it depends on how Far Cry is. I'm not even sure if I'm going to get Far Cry like right away. I don't want to be inundated with games that I can't play. It's like, oh, I got to play this, got to play that, got to play this, So
you're probably best just to leave it for the time being and try to focus on Assassin's Creed 3 solely, because that's kind of what I did though. Like when I was playing it, like I did maybe play another game or so, but then and then basically just said, right, just going to focus on Assassin's Creed 3 for our next several days, and that's pretty much what I did and finished it then.
Yeah, I think I need to get into that and finish it and be done, and probably jump at Far Cry 3 afterwards. So we'll see how it goes. I'll probably try to do Far Cry 3 before we do the Game of the Year stuff. Play a little bit of it to get an impression of it. But
the Game of the Year stuff will probably happen on the last, depending on what like New Year's Day is on the Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
which I believe is my I think that's my long weekend before that, which is my 4-day weekend where I'd like do my work throughout the weekend. So it'll probably be that Sunday,
Okay.
which will be the 30th. So maybe we'll do it then or the week before, I guess.
Yeah. We'll have to check everybody's
Schedule.
availability. See who's available for stuff.
I might get a guest on if we can get a guest on perhaps as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Make it 4 hours.
Yeah. Make it a 5-hour spectacular end of year thing. So.
Yeah, you don't even have 5 fucking hours. Unless we do it on a Saturday night, that Saturday, like when I'm off, the Saturday I'm off, then we could go on for as long as we want.
Yeah. We can try. Well, we'll see what, their schedule is and fit that in there. So stay tuned to see our end of year game thing, favorite game of the year thing, and probably talk about our most anticipated games of 2013 also. So
yeah, they're all coming out in the first 3 months, pretty much at the moment.
Everything's coming out in the first 3 months. So.
I don't think there's anything at nights. Well, actually, there is a game. No, actually, no. There's another few games that beyond that I'm looking forward to, which I'll mention in the foreseeable future.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Question of the week. Look it up. See where we're gonna post it sometime tomorrow or today, or when something hits me, I'll post it. So.
Okay. So anyway, finally we're getting to what we've been watching. I don't think this will go on for very long now, so this will probably be just over 2.5 hours. So at last, first time in 4 weeks, I think it is, we've got one under 3 hours.
Finally,
unless we fucking maybe got done. Better not.
Well, we're at 2:25 right now, so if this is only 5 minutes, we've done it. But if not, we failed.
Nah, not 3 hours, not 2.5.
Okay.
So anyway, what have you been watching, Dennis?
What have I been watching? Okay. Naturally, The Walking Dead. Mid-season finales tonight, so that'll be that for Walking Dead for at least, I'm guessing, until February, something like that. So, still enjoying the show. Very much, there a lot of things are going on right now, so I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But as usual, I'll just say that the show is much better than season 2 so far. So very much better than season 2. So
yeah, that's pretty much what I've gotten from people on Twitter though. Watching that, it's like, yep, season 2 was bore fest. Like, it doesn't really get going until like the last few episodes.
Yeah. So very enjoyable still. I'm still reading also the compendium. I've been reading that pretty much every night of the week.
What page are you on? Do you know?
Oh boy, I don't know. I've reached Herschel's farm. So I'm at the point where they reach Herschel's farm. And it's pretty much like the show. I mean, the kid's been shot, and they get to Herschel's farm, and stuff is happening there also. So, there's a whole lot of things that are different from the show.
Thanks for spoiling it for me, Dennis. Only joking. I know you actually got shot though, because that's actually the last episode I watched. The first episode of season 2. I still need to get back and watch the rest of it.
Okay. So you do know that he gets shot?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened at the end. It's like, damn, that was surprising.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much the basis. Season 2 is pretty much all that.
Plus looking for that woman's daughter as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's very much different in the comic books. The little girl doesn't get lost. There all sorts of things happen differently in the comic book than in the show. So, let's just say it's very different.
Yeah, that's pretty much every person I talked about it is pretty much very much different to the show.
Yeah, and I recommend you read it. It's pretty good. I'm not, oh my god, this is awesome, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good read. So check it out if you can. And I've also watched more of the Attitude Era Blu-ray. A couple of matches. I'm sort of disappointed.
I actually am as well. I actually seen what the full lineup was, and honestly though, I think the match listing for the most part kind of sucks.
Yeah, pretty
They're
much.
very flippin' poor matches for the most part. There's a few good matches there, but most of them are like, seriously, you couldn't have put better matches there? Like, there's some better TV matches in this shit.
Oh yeah. I'm very disappointed in the matches that are on there. I finished pretty much. I'm at the DVD, Blu-ray exclusives stuff. I have to watch that still, but I pretty much finished everything that was on the regular DVD, I guess you could say. And I'm very disappointed in the matches. I mean, I was expecting much better stuff on the Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's why I look for the match listing here on it, because I want to go through some of them.
Yeah, they don't want to go. It's like they didn't want to go too overboard. Like they didn't want too much violence or too much sex or too much, They just wanted to, be smooth and be on par. I guess, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I think the final match on the Blu-ray is the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, the six-man Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, exactly. Where Rikishi falls off the cell into the truck there.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a very good match, by the way.
I like that match.
But it was all right, but it wasn't spectacular, I guess, There's another one that I kind of enjoyed. Is Eddie Guerrero and Chris Jericho.
From Raw.
From Raw, yeah. When China actually goes with Eddie Guerrero. The whole Mamacita thing.
Yeah, that's not started yet.
Yeah. So that was a pretty good match because those two guys are very good wrestlers. So it was very nice to see them wrestle together. So other couple of matches, like there's one match that's just fucking horrible. It's like Triple H and China against Stone Cold and JR.
Yeah, like why is that there? Like why is that even on there?
And what the fuck is that? It's like fucking boring ass match. Like nothing really happens.
And I have this thing as well. I'm saying it here, like the listings, like Boss Man Sympathy for Big Show's dad. Like they have like something from that on it. Like that to me is just stupid. Like that storyline was fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes of that. He comes out during the 10-bell salute, and then just reads a sympathy card, like saying all sorts of crap about Big Show's dad.
Yeah, that was to me just one of the worst storylines they've done during that. Like that's almost on par with the Katie Vick storyline they did 3 years later.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Which was,
oh my god, that was so
probably one of the worst storylines I've ever seen in wrestling.
That was
fucking necrophilia storyline. That's just a new low out there.
Mhm. That was not only shitty storyline, but that was a weird ass storyline.
I honestly have to hand on heart. I think that storyline killed Kane's career.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much killed his career after that.
Yeah, because he was very popular before that.
Yeah, he was like doing good. He wasn't. I don't think he was mega popular now, but he was good. But I think that storyline killed his career.
Mhm.
It wasn't going to kill Triple H's career now because he was dating Stephanie at the time. It wasn't going to fuck him up.
Mhm.
But for the end, it did.
Yeah. And there's the Test Stephanie marriage on there.
Which I do not mind because I fucking love that there with Triple H thing at the Las Vegas.
Yeah, that was pretty great. That was pretty great actually. It was one of the best I guess sequences on Raw that was ever showed. It was really good.
Yeah. There's a few matches here, like his debut of Y2J. That has to be on it.
Yeah, of course.
That's on, definitely. The beer bath, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much legendary, you know.
Yeah.
So, Stone Cold throws the Rock's belt, the Intercontinental belt in the river.
Yeah, that's in it, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, yeah, a couple of them, you know, are a couple of events and stuff, you know. It's all right, but there's like one match. It's the Godfather and D'Lo against Too Cool, and then they just like wrestle for 5 minutes, and then hey, let's have a party, and then they start dancing with the hose, and then Mae Young and Mark Henry come out. Mae Young says she's pregnant and all that.
Oh,
I'm
is
like,
that what that happened, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, what the fuck is that doing on the DVD?
And actually is on the fucking Mae Young gives birth.
Yeah, it is. It is on there.
God.
That's another dumbass storyline. Jesus.
Yeah, say the Blu-ray exclusives here. King of King matches, Ken Shamrock versus Triple H versus Owen Hart. Oddities versus the Headbangers. The Stephanie McMahon Undertaker Unholy Union part. Rock versus Val Venus. Stone Cold Survivor Series elimination match. Hardcore Championship. 6-man tag. Yeah, actually, the match list's okay. Like, some of them are good matches, and other ones are like, they're probably like no lazy though. Could have probably put better matches there.
Yeah, there's
some
one
of them
like,
are probably better, maybe moments as well. They could have put on.
Yeah, there's one of them that's like Rikishi versus Val Venus. It's like, what the fuck, you know?
That was that cage match though, which I thought was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, that's when Val Venus was with Trish Stratus. Him and Albert, I think.
Yeah, Val Venus. Yeah, I think Test Albert and Val Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what he's doing nowadays.
Val Venus?
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, I wonder where he's at nowadays.
He's still with WWE Creative, I think.
Right.
So, well, we know what Albert is doing, and we know what Test is doing, I guess.
Well, Test is dead. He's gone.
Test.
Yeah, he's dead. He died.
So, and well, Albert is now a Tensai. So.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on from the wrestling talk before going to another 30-minute tangent.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for me. That's what I've been watching. So.
We actually should do, me and you should actually do a special wrestling podcast in the future.
Yeah, we should do that, I guess.
So it should be, because we can talk a good couple of hours on wrestling easily, on the Attitude Era especially, and how shit it is, and how shit the current product is in comparison.
Oh yeah, compared to what it was back then, Jesus, yeah. It's pretty much garbage.
So anyway, I won't be long here. I watched Family Guy, a few episodes on Netflix. Basically just some of the older episodes, which are better. Like, I haven't really watched a whole lot of the more recent episodes from the last, several years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like on those where it's like, maybe Simpsons and some of those shows where like the earlier episodes are the better ones, and like the later ones are like, it's not as good as what was.
It's gone downhill.
Yeah. That's pretty much the case with Family Guy from what I've seen though.
Mm-hmm.
But I still like it though. I also watched True Blood. I forgot to put it here, but True Blood, yeah, of course. No one cares. So it's the season finale of it tomorrow night, which I'll be watching probably the next day.
Okay.
I think the season has been decent enough, though. I think it actually started off well, but then it just got a bit too weird in certain parts towards the end. Still think the last season and season 2 have been the best.
I thought it would end when Game of Thrones was going to come back.
No, it only goes on for 12 episodes.
Okay.
The fact is, though, this has already been on in the States. This is just the season what the States had in June.
Okay.
We got it in September, which to me is great, because the fact is, before that, it was until January, February until we got it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it finished here, it pretty much was starting soon in the States, the latest season.
Mm-hmm.
So, FX pretty much shortened that gap.
Yeah.
And finally, I put this on Twitter before I recorded, but I actually watched the Indie Game, the movie, on Netflix as well. I watched some of it last night before I went to work, and then I watched the rest of it shortly before we started recording here.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it. It was a very interesting thing. Now it basically goes through basically with two mainly it goes through the sort of stories of two independent games.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the title. One of them is Phase, which was done by Phil Fish, and the other one is Super Meat Boy, which is done by Tommy and Edmund. I think the second guy's name is Edward McMillan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of the surname of the first guy. I know it's just Tommy though. But also has some other people, other talking heads as well though, like from like the, games industry as well, like, certain, ones from, like blogging, like certain sites or whatever now. And has Jonathan Blow in there talking about thing as well about Braid and a few things as well since he did Braid, which was a very popular independent game. And just goes through sort of the trials and tribulations of making pretty much an independent game entirely on your own or whatever now, and some of the parts just don't make you feel like some parts is just like wow, like this you just basically feel like I never ever want to do this myself.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is, it's like long hours. You're doing checks. You're just basically eating shit. Long hours programming, designing all this stuff here, and is it gonna all be worth it in the end? No, like you can do this. You can dedicate your thing for this for fucking 3-4 years, and all of a sudden you just release this and it doesn't set the world on fire, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know about you, but I kind of got that feeling with Fez. Like, actually, I think a few people were looking forward to that game. That game was originally scheduled to come out in 2010.
Yeah.
It did not come out until early this year.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I can gather, that game just came and went. I do not see a lot of people talking about that game anymore. Like, I think it probably did alright, I guess. Like, some people really enjoyed it, but I don't think it's fondly renowned as remembered as, Braid or Super Meat Boy or Castle Crashers or any of those games now as some of the pinnacle of, Xbox Live Arcade games specifically. Like, I always played the trial of it though, and I thought it was pretty decent. I always meant to actually get it and play it though, but I actually never did and come around of it. But there is certain moments in the game just like, wow, these guys are just really sad or just really crazy though.
Yeah.
Like the guy Tommy though just feels like very antisocial.
Yeah.
And basically doesn't want to do nothing. He just fixated on trying to get this game, just doing the code and all that there. He doesn't go out, like he basically does it throughout the night, or like gets up in the afternoon time and goes through the night and goes to bed like 9 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and then has a few hours sleep and things like that now. And this Phil Fish guy who has basically, like Art mentioned before on the podcast before we recorded, that Phil Fish basically did say, like, what do you do, like the interviewer said, what are you going to do if this game didn't succeed? He says, I'll kill myself. Flat, I'll just kill myself. There's no point living this, I'll just kill myself. And like the guy he had like fallen out with, his ex-partner, basically said, fucking, because he had him sign thing, like legal matters, because he was it was like this thing with him showing the game at PAX East. I assume it was 2011. Could have been 2010, I don't know. The show it there for the first time since it was first publicly announced though, and if he actually was there, he could have faced some sort of lawsuit. And that's the fact he was just getting pissed off at this guy. And he was like, I'm fucking gonna kill this fucking dick. I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. He's just fucking doing this. So he's just basically keeping it back and just basically like that there. I just feel like he's fucking a bit crazy.
Yeah.
So
I have to watch that movie.
yeah, it's very interesting though. It just goes to show what through the independent games like. It's basically it shows it's not easy being an independent game developer because at least when you're on a team as big like I say Ubisoft or like some of the big teams in the gaming industry, it seems alright. You have a bunch of people working on sort of the same things. Where if you're an independent game developer, you pretty much have no one to rely on but yourself.
Yeah.
Like the guy, I forget his name though. Like his company's name's Humble Hearts, who did that game Dust and Elysian Tale. He pretty much did that game entirely by himself. Apart from like the music, a few people I think came in did the music, and maybe some people fixed a few things here and there. But he pretty much did that game entirely by himself. It took him 4 years.
Yeah.
So and like that guy, like Fez, I think took maybe 4 or 5 years to do as well, maybe longer. Because he kept scrapping it and rebuilding it from the
top down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's a funny moment in the film as well. It's like it's like just one of those kind of bit man that sucks moments where he's showing a demo and the fucking game breaks. It's just like person there playing it and all of a sudden the game breaks on him.
No.
And he has to go home and he's like, I think the game broke on you. I have to restart. Like I'm gonna restart, and it's like, oh man, it's not restarting now or anything like that. And then it's like these people there, and there's like a bunch of these, and then it just shows you like these little montages of people encountering these game breaking bludgers and him having to restart every time. I was like, man, that sucks.
Yeah. That has to be horrible.
But yeah, it's been out a while now though. Like I only caught it around to, like it came out earlier this year, so it did. Like publicly, but I'm sure it's been around for a while. Like I think it was on tour or something like last year. I think it just came out publicly this year.
Okay.
But it's very enjoyable though anyway. And there's a few jam bomb things in there as well.
Really?
Like it shows a clip of Darren Davis, with Braid, a video review of it or something, and then shows like the video of Brad, Edmund watching the Lemon Lens with Brad. Remember playing Super Meat Boy?
Yeah.
He was like, what are you playing? It's a Super Fuck. Shows you like clips of that there, and like a bunch of like shows Gamespot as well. The video review of Super Meat Boy and that there as well. And stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But I recommend you watch it though. I think it's on Steam. I think you can watch it on Steam. I think you can download it on Steam anyway. You can buy it on Steam.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's very weird to say a film, but I believe it. You can watch it on Steam. But I just watched it on Netflix because it was convenient. Didn't have to buy it. You can just watch it on my subscription. But yeah, definitely check it. It's very interesting to watch.
Cool. I'll have to check it out. See how it is.
And that's pretty much all I've been watching.
That's all you've been watching?
Yeah. A few weeks time though, I'll be watching a certain big films coming out. The last big film of the year, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey.
The big one.
Yeah.
The big one.
Which starts another trilogy of films.
Looking forward to that one?
Yeah. It'll be like thing probably with Lord of the Rings, where I'll watch this one and then I'll go and get The Hobbit and read it then. Because that was the thing with Lord of the Rings, where I went to see it when it came out in the cinema 11 years ago. Hard to believe.
Damn, yeah, that's a long time ago.
And I actually got the book, like the basically all of it together, like Lord of the Rings that Christmas. And then I just went through Fellowship of the Ring, and then I read Two Towers before it came out, and then I noticed like the differences there was in the book and the film, and read Return of the King before it came out then as well, so knew what the differences were there as well. So that will do for this week, I believe. It's a very interesting episode. Bit more, laid down, laid back.
Yeah.
Not like all bananas now.
Yeah, less crazy than usual.
Yeah, less crazy than usual, where I act really zany. I think I'm probably just a bit tired. Have to go to work soon anyway, and didn't really get a great sleep, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to be a bit fucking tired when I... Yeah,
that's never fun.
Yeah, it's never fun. So
are you tired at work?
Luckily, it's my last night anyway, so try to get a good long sleep tomorrow, I guess.
You'll be able to relax afterwards.
Yeah. So anyway, before I go, thank you very much to Art for joining us. Unfortunately, it was a short time though, but thank him for joining us. So I'd like to have him on for a full episode in the near future.
Yeah, I think he said he would like to be a part of a full episode.
Yeah, it was going to be the case here, but unfortunately it wasn't that because last minute. I had a friend come over, last minute change. So unfortunately, wouldn't get to hear his voice some more. But thanks for him for dropping by anyway. Yeah, we've known him for 6 years. So we have pretty much known him for as long as we've known each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, like, what side was that?
One of the originals, I guess.
Yeah, one of the Gamespot originals, community members that I sort of became friends with, like yourself and, a few other people I can name that no one and most of the people that listen to this have no idea who we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, you can leave us reviews on iTunes. You can subscribe to iTunes. You can follow us on Twitter. I am DarwM85.
I'm D-Boy Den.
And Derek is GigaStormC. Get well soon, Derek. And you can also follow Art K Green on Twitter as well. I really wish he put Captain 131. Or what was it? I think that was his original one, wasn't it? Before he...
Yeah, Captain 131. Yeah,
I think that was his original one, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
This is Captain here doing another video blog. I had to put it in there, I'm sorry. Every time he did a video, that's what he started with.
Yeah, we have to... When we get him back on, we're gonna talk about that.
We're gonna rip him that, and he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" That to me, that's probably like not as bad though, but it's kind of along the lines of you with your 06 sax fixation.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also you can follow us on Facebook at the United Gamedom podcast group and email us at unitedgamedom@gmail.com. And also you can subscribe to us on the YouTube channel, which I keep forgetting to mention as well. You can follow us on there. And you can also follow us on Pete's Game Room Forum, which I should try to mention as well, because it's on there as well. So basically a bunch of different, locations to find us. So no shortage there. It's not like,
look for
where
us.
the fuck are they?
So, yeah, you can look for us everywhere. I guess we're everywhere. Every social media thing, we're there.
Yeah. No, we're not on, like, Tumblr or all those.
We're not on MySpace.
No. Jeez, MySpace. First time I heard that in ages.
I actually just, I guess before we finish, I actually went back this week to my MySpace account. Like, I hadn't gone on that thing, I think, for 2 years. And I went back, I had like 5 friend requests. And I was like, who the fuck are these people? I don't even know. So
probably spam bots or something like that.
I went on there, and I think there's only one person that's still on my friends list that still uses MySpace. So I just deleted my account and just, that's it. Closed my account in MySpace. So I was like, Jesus Christ. It just popped in my head. Hey, I have an account on MySpace. Should probably check out how it's going and what's happening and all that. So I went on there and deleted my account. So, yep, that's my little tidbit of the week.
This is tidbit of the week.
You're still on there too. You're still in my friends list on there.
I need to close that myself though. You just can go and close it then.
Yeah, you have to go into the help and options stuff, and then it tells you how to close your account. safely without any.
Jeez, I haven't been that thing in fucking years. Probably 4 years.
Yeah.
See? I hardly used it anyway, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, me neither. I just like used it a little bit because there was a girl I was interested in rather, that was on MySpace, and that's pretty much the only reason why I got a MySpace account. I never used it at all. Never changed my background or anything or whatever.
Yeah. I did follow a few people. I did follow a few people there. This is kind of before I knew about Twitter and that there. I followed a few of the Gamespot people there.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and Carrie, Goose Gus, and a few other ones as well.
Yeah.
Before Facebook and that, Twitter kind of blew up more.
Yeah, I have Ish on there and all. I was like, okay.
Jeez. That's a blast from the past as well.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'd like to get him on, but that'll be pretty much impossible.
I don't even think he plays games anymore.
I don't think he does it. I think he very rarely plays them nowadays anyway. He's just grown up and move on pretty much, which I don't blame him for. It's just a way of life.
Yeah, exactly. You get some people grow out of games and others stick with it. So
yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah, me too, I guess.
We're shadows.
Yeah, exactly.
Shadows are there's a bunch of more sad people in this world than us.
Yeah, exactly. Other types of
once you
stuff.
Bestiality and cloppers and suck shit like that.
Freaking cloppers again. Okay.
Yeah.
We better end this before it gets crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for joining us this week. Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah, thank you.
And once again, thanks Art for dropping by. So hopefully we can get him on again in the future for full. So I'm not getting any interruptions. So anyway, guys, take care, and we'll see you all next week for episode 30. 30. Woo! Bye-bye.
Bye.